Hey folks, Quill18 here, and that sound of rain means it must just be another beautiful day in the Dwarfy verse. Let's get the main screen turned on. Hey everybody, happy Saturday! You made it through another week. Congratulations. I hope it was a good one, and I hope you're gonna have a good weekend here. I don't think I can put the camera any higher, can I? Oh, yeah, I can show the whole horns if I show you my ceiling at the same time, but no, let's just bring that down over there. How's everyone doing? You got a bad week, Lark? I'm sorry, man. That sucks. I had kind of a sucky week, but started picking up there at the end. Feeling good now. It was nice to finally... It's been a while since I was able to get in the right mindset for some recording. YouTube's really been kind of suffering, but I don't know. It's been a whole mental block. But yesterday, whipped out the Master of Ryan. That was a good choice. I'm so happy to be playing some Moo again. Really looking forward to it. I think when it finishes, I mean, Master Ryan's never particularly long. It doesn't take that long to get through. I think that's when I'm going to finally poke my head into a Distant World 2, so I'm excited for that as well. So fingers crossed about that. Boom, 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 boom. Robocalls, man, it sucks. I get so many of them over here. Just scam calls and things on like my cell phone too. Like when my cell rings, like 9 times out of 10, it just spam, mostly because I never use my mobile phone for anything. That and Civ 2 were your entry to 4X a long time ago. Yeah, Cyclovex. And that's the thing, like, I played Civ 1, but Civ 2 was the first Civ franchise I got really, really into. But yeah, to me, it was like Master Ryan and Master of Magic were always so good because they are 4X games, but I like the replayability. I like the ability to kind of customize your race/character, and to me that's what really made those games amazing because of the replayability from like trying out different combos. That's why like Stellaris is basically like managed to hit that itch. Not only is it a great 4X game, but the race creation system in Stellaris is just beautiful. Just a really wonderful thing. Australia have a do not call. Yeah, I'm on a do not call registry here in Canada too. Doesn't stop the scammers. Like, I don't get very many outright spam calls, but the scammers, it's a whole other thing. Oh, a little bit of my roof is still visible. Thank you. When I boop the camera. There we go. A little bit better over there. We had some gift subs from For Evil Not Good. Thank you very much, For Evil. We're going to read some resubs here in a second, and then we're going to dive right into the game. I got some things I'm very excited to do today, including we're going to send out some expeditions. We might just start mining a little bit of the candy as well. Hopefully, without popping anything crazy. More on that in a second. Let's get to the resubs, because there's a few really big ones today, which I'm hyped about. First of all, we got Merciary coming in with 34-month resub using that Twitch Prime. Thank you for remembering your Twitch Prime. It's such a pain to have to manually hit that button every month. Ugh. Weird Darkness, like, I get annoyed because I want to use mine all the time too, and it's such a pain in the butt. Weird Darkness is resubbed for 33 months. Pantera at 60 months. That's 5-year Twitch anniversary from Pantera. Thank you very much. Krunkenstein at 7 months. Such a good name. Reg Cooper at 98 months. We got a couple of 98-monthers coming in today. It's pretty nuts. 2 months away to 100. Stealth at 12 months. Hey, there's a 1-year Twitch anniversary. Shonix at 89 months. Hey, Shonix. Kaylee BG at 30 months. Turtle at 32. Mr. Ubershroom at 85 months, who says, I recently got married for the free Wi-Fi. I should be happy as I got 2, but there seems to have been a misunderstanding. Chip at 32 months, Rastalov at 14 months, Synth Eagle at 25, Incandescent Goat at 45 months, Fageva at 34. Name Moose says he's very excited that it's only 2 more months to the 3rd year. Thank you very much, Fageva and Name Moose. Fennel Goldenrod at 12 months. There's a Twitch anniversary. 1 year. Cyclovex at 84 months. 84 months from Cyclovex, which is that 7 years? 60 is 5, 72 is 6, so 84, yeah. Tracy Bluth as the first person who came in today at the 98th month resub. 98 months from Tracy Bluth, RIP, thank you very much. Elf Siren at 63 months, Fenian at 56 months, Quiet Tony at 17 months, and just now we got Death's Visage at 69 months. Wolfhound Lewis at 80, Remy at 73. Thank you very much for that. Also, we got some whiskey and chocolate, or today it's Dwarven beer and plump helmets. We got Wimey before the stream started, who said, my friend didn't find his car. I like to call him Carlos. And Juna. Juna coming in with a bribe. We'll have to wait for a migration wave, and then we'll see if we can sneak you in there, Juna. But thank you very much for that. Thank you. We got some bits from Silverfish as well. Thank you there. And gift subs from For Evil Not Good and Lucky Dead Set. All right, I think we're ready to get started here. Can we order you food today? Yeah. I think the treat stream link is down in the description somewhere. If you wanna, I'll try to make sure it doesn't sit out in the snow again. Hopefully they actually knocked the door this time. Oh, hey, MJ, thank you very much. I cheated and read the punchline. I've been trying to teach my pet bird the alphabet, but we're stuck on the 24th letter. I spent the last week yelling, this is an X parrot. I love it because obviously it's a reference to, well, I'm assuming the dead parrot skit from Monty Python, but in a very sort of like sideways way, which was really good. Okay, so let's take a look at the fortress and see where we're at. Things are going pretty good. This is our 9th stream. I can't remember what year exactly we settled this fortress. Normally, you would start in 250, but we ran the other fortress for a little while. I think we've been here since about 2054. This is only our 5th year, but man, oh man, have we done a lot of work. I love our little like surface base over here with our awesome walls, with our 7 towers over here, plus the extra one. Handful of traps as well, just to casually do things. We've dealt with a few goblin sieges and have had no problem with them whatsoever, which is great. We've also got our little migrant quarantine room over here, which is which we've managed to make work. We haven't detected any rare creatures yet, but in theory, it might save us one day from something like that. Now, as we go down, there are a couple of things I want to do. We probably will mine out more of the limonite over here on this floor. So that, is the music too loud? Is it just my own sounds that are too high? Maybe it's my own sounds that were too high. Felt like the music was kind of on the high side. But you guys let me know what the sound volume is like. Right now, we do still have a decent amount of limonite. We've got, I think I checked before the stream. We've got something like 140 limonite blocks kicking around. So we don't have to worry about mining out anymore, but we probably will soon. Didn't know I had a merch store? Yeah, I mean, I don't really do a good job of advertising it because I'm super bad at my job. All I'm here for is to play video games. I'm really bad at actually, you know, monetizing anything. But yeah, merch store, baby. Oh, everything just tastes so much better in a mug like this. Mmm, delicious. Or something. We're gonna go down. Now, over here we've got this great hall. I think I would very much like it if today we actually carved things out. And really there's nothing stopping us from doing it. You still have the old crack mug. Oh yeah, there's also the merch command. Thank you very much, Essentia. See, she's much better at this job than I am. Do we just go ahead and do it now? It is early winter. We just had our trade wagon from the dwarves. We're not going to get another merchant wagon until summer, which is going to be humans. That's more than enough time to rebuild it. And even if we miss the merchant caravan for some reason, it really wouldn't be a big deal at all. So maybe what we do is we go ahead and do that now. I think I'm going to clean up this area. So I'm going to go into our... Oh, did we get more whiskey and chocolate? I don't have my proper window up. Oh, it's Thrice-Wise. Thank you very much, Thrice. You know what? I do have to bring the volume up again because I'm not going to be able to hear my own alerts properly. Thrice-Wise says, I thought of this great iron pun, but I'm afraid to tell it. Someone might steal it. I think we need some booze up there. Oh, we got some gift subs from Fang. Thank you very much, Fang. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Noble Suite as well. It's actually coming along pretty well. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and... Where's my mouse? Oh yeah, you can only designate... Well, you can only drag the stockpile designator so much, even if you're doing undesignation. Okay, so there's no more stockpile set up over on this area at all. I'm also going to go and deconstruct the trade depot. Boom. We're going to clear that out.
One of the things we're gonna have to do, and hopefully I'll remember later, is we have to set up a dumping stockpile. Because dwarves are, because of our clean owned command, which is a DF hack thing, which is also set on a timer, dwarves are fairly regularly dumping some of their like unused items, which flagging it as dumped, which means it can be dragged to a garbage dump, and it's gonna that helps to clean up our fortress. It also can prevent certain frame rate issues and things. I did have a dump set up at some point in the past up on the surface, but I just removed it so we can do a more organized dumping, ideally into magma. We'll figure that out in a sec. Let's go and officially. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll let it run. I've removed the stockpiles here. We'll give them a chance to clean some of this up. It's very likely we don't actually have enough storage for everything over here, but we can at least get it started. But yeah, the stockpiles are cleared up, and we can go and do some digging. Over here, we do have our temple and our guild hall lair, which is going just swell. Everything's kind of neat. Do have a little bit of mismatch in our tables, which is unfortunate, but you know, it's kind of nice. I really still like the koboldite statues a lot. I think they're quite spiffy. Although I think the glass statues are going to be a very similar color. The clear glass statues show up as kind of bluish over here as well. Hey, Quiet Tony, thank you. Do the dwarves like puns? I think that might explain the booze addiction. The booze addiction. Boo! Booze. So yes, that's our. This will be the floor where our Great Hall will be visible soon, because we're going to be digging down, and the Great Hall will be here, because we'd always want to do a cathedral ceiling. Magma dump shoot from the surface all the way down. Perhaps liquid. Perhaps. As we continue to descend, over here, we do have our stone knockers floor. This is where our stone masons or stone crafters operate. I did right before the stream started. I went ahead and designated some extra stockpiles here for furniture. I also just dropped down some extra mason workshops over here just to make sure we've got plenty of them, because we do have a lot of masonry jobs queued up right now, and we'll probably want to run more of them in parallel. But we actually have 2 over here. Well, we only had 1 here. And then this one, we deconstructed at some point. I don't know why. So I'm reconstructing the Mason's Workshop here. We've got 4 more Mason's Workshops here, and we're going to have another 4 over here. So in total, we're going to have 10, which means we can do a lot of furniture building in parallel. But I think that's going to be a good thing. We got Whiskey and Chocolate, first of all, from Cool Man Nacho, who changed his name. Yes, I quite like Cool Man is going by, is it Cooler Duck Sheep? Cool Man Duck Sheep on Discord now. I don't know why. It makes me think of like an Avatar universe thing, right? Where all the animals are 2 things. So Cool Man says, do you like my new name on Discord? Yes, I do. Also, I just got a bad idea. Has a Snyder Salt teleport gun. Oh, are we doing that again? When were duck sheep on the map? 50% transform duck into sheep that lay really fully eggs. 50% sheep into ducks that give births instead of laying eggs. Okay. And why me? Thank you as well. Have you heard the pun about the untouched cave? Never mind. Never mind. Anyway, so we're going to be doing a lot of that, because if we take a look at our job queue over here, I mean, we want lots of doors and things like that set up because we're setting up a ton of bedrooms. We did bulk set up a job here to make 100 doors, 100 cabinets, 100 coffers, just to make sure that the queues would be fully saturated. That's in addition to the auto repeat jobs we have for those things. Yeah, so I think it's going to be very important to get that going. Got some bedroom here for some of our stone knockers, although we may or may not be totally, you know, we may not spend a lot of time actually filling these bedrooms manually, just because it's a little tedious, but I might try to take another pass at some point. Oh yeah, this is our indoor refuse pile, which I just realized is completely full. I should probably mine out a bunch more of this. The downside is if any of this spontaneously starts rotting, our miners are going to be a little cranky pants about it, but that's going to have to be okay. But yeah, indoor refuse pile, which is full, so we'll just have to expand it. That stuff does decay over time. Here's our Build-A-Bolt workshop. So these are just a bunch of metalsmiths forges that are set up for uneducated or non-skilled metal or weaponsmiths to come and make steel bolts. Once a month we have a job at each one of these to make some steel bolts, to make it so that otherwise unskilled dwarves have at least a point in weapon crafting, weaponsmithing, so that if they get a strange mood, hopefully they make us a weapon artifact. I think it has worked once for us already, so a little bit of payoff there, which is going to be nice. Then we've got what used to be our metal crafter's floor until we reached magma. These were where all our smelters were. It's a little bit disused right now. Maybe we'll think of something else interesting to do with it. Although it does also have a guild hall over here for our metal crafters, which is kind of nice, and it looks like a hammer, which I love. Oh yeah, and then a level below we had this chalice here for some storage. Oh, which still has a glass furnace here. Actually, we've got to deconstruct these glass furnaces. There we go. Shaped like a goblet because we were making glass goblets here, part of our mug industry. We've expanded from stone mugs into glass mugs, as well as a stone mug still. But yeah, I want to disable those two because it's not as efficient to work at those as opposed to the ones on our magma layer. So if we keep going down here, there we go. So now we get into our bedroom floor, which we just started digging out last episode. All the bedrooms have been dug out, although we'll probably plan further expansion later on. We actually have something like 128 bedrooms here, I think we'd counted. So that's pretty good, and there's no way we need this many extra layers. We'll add a little bit more so we have enough bedrooms for everyone. But yeah, everywhere we see a green X here, that's a building or a piece of furniture waiting to be delivered. So doors, coffers, cabinets, all waiting to be delivered. I think a lot of these beds haven't been delivered either, but for some reason they don't show up as a green X. Or is it possible that they have? Maybe. Do I have a big bulk make bed job in here? No. Maybe all our beds are there. So we'll have to see about assigning or designating these all to be bedrooms. We'll see. But we're still waiting for tons of furniture over here. Mine will restrict so storage is out of the glass layer, at least for the raw material. That's a good point, Lochthar. We'll take a look at that. How many bedrooms per row? Well, let's take another count. 5, 10, 15. That brings us to 14 over here. 16 per row. So 32, 64, 128. Yeah. So if we added another 2, this would be another 64. That would be enough. Because we have a few extra bedrooms, some people pair off. That's probably enough with the extra bedrooms. We still have the dormitory. So yeah, maybe that's what we'll plan on. I'll go ahead and dig that out already, just as a reminder. But I'm still going to wait before we expand anymore. Probably have enough bedrooms, as you probably have a few pairs. Yeah. And I mean, right now, we have 145 population, yeah. Now, that's true. There is the artifact bed. And if all the beds have been installed, which, maybe they have. I don't know. There is, one of these was the artifact bed. There's one of these bottom rows right over here. Alright, let me deconstruct this now. Hope it doesn't get reinstalled somewhere else. We'll take a look. Okay, go down one more level. We've got our main living quarters here. We've got our dining hall. Oh, we also have a, this is our museum. We have our dining hall over here. We have a dormitory set up, although theoretically it won't be very used for much longer. Not by very many dwarves. Hospital, lever room, and down here, thing we were working on at the end of the last episode is our new royal chamber here, which is kind of like a hammer hanging down, which is kind of nifty. It's still waiting for a lot of furniture to be delivered here, but we do have nobility, or we don't yet actually. We will very soon. Oh, we need a new captain of the guard. We will very soon have a baron. We have nominated someone to be a baron, so very soon we should have a baron, and then we can allocate this room to them. This over here is, I think, our mayor's room. This is coffins and burials, although we do have space. We recently dug it out. We should smooth this as well. Hold on. Let me queue up a smoothing. There we go. We can probably drop down. We did have some deaths last episode because we fought a forgotten beast. And we'll very quickly get to that floor. But yeah, let me just ask for some more coffins to be installed here. We may have to make some slabs because some of the bodies may have been burnt up from the forgotten beast. Here we have our woodcrafter's floor. Nothing terribly exciting. Over here we have our flesh tenders floor. This is where our meat industry is going to be. So we've got our tanner, our leather worker. We've got all of our turkeys over here laying eggs for us, and we've got a bunch of pigs over here ready to grow. New rooms won't be dug. No, the new rooms won't be dug. I don't want them to start getting dug out yet. I just blocked out the little area over there as a reminder of not going too far, but I don't want to dig out more rooms for now. We don't need more rooms right this second. We will want some more, but we don't need it too bad. Oh, you meant fuzzy eggs. Ah, I do like the idea of your duck sheep or your sheep duck. I don't remember how you worded it. Laying fuzzy eggs. Yeah, covered in sheep wool. That's kind of cute. Why did the egg cross the road? To get to the shell station? What do you call a scared egg? Terry fried. Why was the egg late for school? He didn't study for the exam. Well, those were excruciating. So next question, is the Forgotten Beast still swimming around? So we don't know. So one of the things that happened last episode is we got our first Forgotten Beast. The first one spawned in this water layer in the cavern. And since then, we haven't spotted it. It swam around for a little while and then it disappeared. I suspect it's just hiding out in some corner of this cavern. But there's no way for the beast to get out of here and into our base, as far as I know. So, fingers crossed. So I don't think that's the case. We did find another Forgotten Beast, though, which we will get to very soon. This floor... Oh, this is the floor for our fort builders. Basically, our mechanics workshops and our siege workshops, when we get around to it, will be built on this floor. But it hasn't really been developed too much. I suppose while I'm here, we may as well go and issue a smoothing command and get that smoothed out. Down, 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 down. We had to go so deep to find the next cavern layer. It's ridiculous. But there you go. So right over here, this is where the drama happened at the end of last stream. This is cavern level 2. We have a barracks here, and a Forgotten Beast did spawn on this cavern level, and it did have like fiery, flamey stuff. So we had to fight it in here. We did lose some dwarves, unfortunately, but we were able to defeat it ultimately. And then if we go way down further, over here, this is where the cavern level 3 is, which is not currently explorable. Full of magma as far as we can tell, and we've got our magma furnaces and stuff set up over here. So I think that's everything. So I kind of want to pay a little attention to what's going on over here. I kind of want to dig out the main hall, but I also want to start sending out squads to conquer sites that goblins have invaded. We've been attacked a few times. Do you remember to put the corpse in the museum? Right. So it should... This is Umu, I think, was the Forgotten Beast. Umu's mutilated corpse. We could do that now, right? If we go... Okay, so there's nothing on display on this little pillar over here. If I set a display item, and we go down to corpses? I don't know if I can search this list. Would it be at the bottom because it's one of the freshest corpses? Oh, it's right there. Umu's mutilated corpse. So we're going to go and display that on a pillar in our museum. Now, it might still be in a half-rotting state, so there might be a little bit of miasma creation that goes on there. But eventually, it'll decay to just some skeletons, so it'll be fine. Now, we're digging out a little area over here. I'm trying to remember why that was. Were we going to make this a corpse storage? I think we were going to make this a corpse storage. Just kind of out of the way. Yeah, I think I like that idea. So, basically yeah. Corpse storage. I mean, it's sort of a graveyard, but not really. This is not for where we are going to be burying corpses. This is just where they're going to be stored. Animals, different things. Flame beard. Yeah, dwarves with flaming beards. There's probably some poor dwarf that lost his like hair and eyebrows and everything. We don't have any dwarves in the hospital currently. Alamoso is throwing a tantrum. Oh, you're pretty upset too. Actually, we've got... Oh, dwarves have become suddenly more upset than when I started the stream today. I think there's probably some complaining about some deaths. So let's take a look at Masso over here. Regretful throwing something. Guilty being confined. Oh! Are you imprisoned? Oh, you're imprisoned! Well, that's why you're extra cranky. Bored. I don't actually know why you were so angry. I guess mostly it's the boredom. You couldn't do abstract thinking. I don't know how to give you that. Bored, unable to practice a skill. We should probably just give you a job. Bored, doing nothing creative for so long. Okay, Alamasso, we gotta make you not be a peasant. So after you're done your tantrum, we're gonna make you a little change for you. Now, the other thing I wanted to show off here in Dwarf Therapist, you see we have an engraver here. So this is someone with a non-custom job profession. The only way for this to happen is for this to be a baby dwarf that grew up to age. And that's indeed the case. Small speed, apparently last year, became an adult, because dwarves become adults at 12. So small speed was either came as a, well, I guess would have come as a migrant, because we haven't run this fortress long enough for any of them to grow up, right? So came as a migrant child, but then grew up and needs a title. Well, I'm going to just go ahead and make you into a peasant for now. I think that's fine, although we might put you into the stone knockers. But Alamonso, who should be a peasant. Why are the peasants not sorted by name? Oh, does it? There you go. Yeah, I forget the name sorting doesn't work when you've got a profession. I guess it sorts by profession name. But you over here, you would like to have some sort of creative outlet after you're done tantruming. So I'm going to put you in as a stone knocker, because we could use some extra masons, and hopefully that'll keep you good and busy. But sorry you're so cranky. Otherwise, we're going to hopefully keep the dwarves a little happier soon, because we are starting to make some high-quality meals. So fingers crossed that that's going to work.
No. I said no.
Why don't we eat the corpses instead? And I'm blocking sight, that's fine. And yeah, peasant throwing a tantrum. I mean, he's throwing a tantrum in prison, so it's not too bad. But yeah, we have a lot of imprisoned dwarves. I guess we might have sentenced them manually. I think we have to sentence them manually. But yeah. How's our nobility? Do we have any mandates? Okay, just don't export splints, that's fine. Woo! Dwarf standing in the dining room, angry too. Yeah, it's Krieg Soshi. He's been upset for quite a while, or she's been upset for quite a while. Yeah, self-pity, being away from family for too long. What might be annoying about that is Krieg Soshi might have family that's not at the fortress. But hopefully we can just counter it. Like, a lot of these dwarves didn't have their own bedrooms. Hopefully that's going to start to be a thing more. And then the other thing is that we're going to also give them more fine meals and stuff like that, which will hopefully help. I feel so tired of everything. Me too, dwarf. Me too. Exactly, right, Rhyme? Like, you really feel for these dwarves and their messages when they're not in a good mood. Peasants have names, who cares? Well, everyone gets named, automatically. Krieg has slipped into a depression. Oh, man. I'm sorry, Krieg. Nothing's coming here. Ooh, picking up equipment. So if we take a look at our squads, yeah, the tunnel snakes, we had a lot of fatalities in the tunnel snakes. Unfortunately. So we'll have to rebuild that. I guess I could just grab whoever. I mean, ideally I don't want to grab weak dwarves. So probably anyone who's a peasant. I guess the thing to do is I'll use Dwarf Therapist for this because it's convenient. We're going to sort by profession. We're then going to sort by strength. We're going to take the strongest peasants. I mean, ideally the ones with the highest recuperation. If they're high recuperation and strength, it'll be kind of decent. Because the iron snake, or the tunnel snakes do have to wear heavy armor. Oh, the tunnel snakes can be unstationed now. There you go. So we need 7 new ones. So do we just grab like the top 7 here? Gitano has a title. Oh, you're the hammerer. Yeah, so we don't want to... Wait, if you're a hammerer, that means you're in a squad. I should give you the noble profession, just to get you out of this list here, Gitano. Okay. So that's 6, so 7. So Arctic Fox, Axelay Prime, Steelbrain Reptile, Masonade, Sprite, and Pennacock Plays, I think will all be added to our military dwarves. None of them have any particular stupendous skills, although Axelay Prime does have 13 hunting, so they should actually be the new squad leader. So I'm going to take Axelay, assign you to squad the tunnel snakes. Hopefully that'll put you in the first screen. Oh yeah, let me okay, yeah, we're paused. Good. 3, 4, 5, 6 now. Assign. Oh, it's 13 animal training, not hunting? Oh, alright. So then it doesn't actually matter who's the leader. Alright, tunnel snakes now are fully kitted, or fully assigned. I'm just going to give them the soldier profession. Okay, and they're going to start equipping themselves hopefully soon. We got some whiskey and chocolate. Who's that? It's Sith Lovechild. Thank you very much, Sith. Favorite game to watch streamed? Are your noble dwarves living quarters deeply and greedily dug? Away from the sinful trees, magma fireplace, and private guard from magma creatures. Well, magma fireplace, that's a really interesting idea. We do have some noble quarters here. So this whole floor over here, this is our living floor. So our dining hall, the dormitory, and then just level above it is the actual bedrooms. But we do have some pretty fancy bedrooms being still worked on. Lots to do still. How do the military dwarves train? Well, that's a great question. The military dwarves can be set to active or inactive, which actually, I'm going to set everyone active temporarily onto their training schedule. If you go into your military screen, there's a schedule screen where you can set up training rules and things like that. And then mostly what they need is they need a barracks assigned, which in the case of our military squad here, the tunnel snakes, is they do have, this is their barracks, which is currently still a little bit full of ash because of fighting the fiery forgotten beast. But this thing here, this barracks is assigned to the tunnel snakes for training, so they will hang around by the weapon racks and the armor stand and do some combat drills and things like that. What is this guy doing? Oh, individual combat drills as well. Does exercise reduce dwarf stress? I don't think so, because we do have the gym, but I'm not sure that it reduces their stress. How many tunnel snakes are left? So we had 3 out of our squad of 10. So we lost 7 of them to the Forgotten Beast. Mostly from the Forgotten Beast fire. Potentially exclusively. SMZ are a noble. Actually, aren't you our mayor? Okay, our mayor has just become has just gotten a strange mood. Now, they are becoming possessed, which is the least good strange mood because it won't actually give them any skill in the end. They won't become legendary. But we're still gonna get an artifact out of it. Mr. Glumping, here's some cash. Well, thank you very much, Glumping, for the cash. Much appreciated.
A dwarf has claimed a workshop.
Dwarf has claimed a workshop. All right, it is a craft dwarf workshop, which is a little bit disappointing. Because they are often well, no, that's not true. I was gonna say they're the least exciting artifacts. It's cool when you get furniture that you can install somewhere or weapons or armor that people can equip. But we'll see. In before masterwork splint. He does love splints. That is specifically what the mayor likes. I think the splints might get made at a carpenter's workshop, though, as opposed to a craft workshop. I'm not sure. He is grabbing some stuff. You can see him here with a little purple exclamation mark running around. Oh, he's carrying a rock right now, so he's moving very slowly. He just dropped it off. Oh, he's grabbing another rock from over here. Drop that off. Now he's going to go get something else. He is going to use a lot of stuff in the artifact, which is maybe good news. Well, let's let him work in a little bit of privacy. How's this place going? Okay, so lots of things are still being cleared because we have a lot of dwarves, right? We have 145 dwarves, although some of them are children, and currently only 3-4 idlers, and it's probably just people as they cycle between jobs. Like there might be 1 or 2 true idlers, but basically all the dwarves are super busy. A lot of them are storing items, which makes sense because we just de-assign the stockpiles over here. So a lot of this stuff here is having to be carried to other stockpiles. So they're going to be kind of busy. We are going to check what was taken to the workshop soon, but he's still grabbing stuff, so we're going to wait until he does that. I don't know what this yellow orb is. Is it a chunk of gold, potentially? I mean, it's heavy. It's like, that's a full rock, whatever that is. Oh, it's a chunk of limonite, which I think has a lemony color. So yeah, he's mostly just getting a bunch of raw stone, which is not a very high base value stuff, but if you combine enough of it, I don't know. So, down over here. I go up. Oops, where are we? There we go. Over here, we had adamantine, raw adamantine, which I would like to kind of mine out maybe. So I've gone ahead and planned a little route here to access that. I don't know if I want to do this directly, because theoretically, if we dig down through the candy, we will access the circus and clowns will try to come out. So really what this is going to be is something designed to be like super trap-filled, shooting position for our ranged dwarves, that sort of thing. I don't think we're going to pop the circus today, but I want to start getting ready for something like that. Maybe we could even be so successful that we could go and colonize hell. That would be fun. Masterwork diorite cabinet. Good, groovy. Okay, there we go. The artifact bed got removed. If I go and build a bed over here... There you go. So there's still the artifact bed, which was not assigned. I'll just assign a masterwork bed over here. But the artifact bed is now available, which means what we're going to try to do is install it over here. There you go. Artifact bed is going to be installed here, and I'm just going to remove the old bed. So our Baron, once the Baron arrives, will have an artifact bed to sleep in. Yeah, as an anti-spoiler, a lot of times players of Dwarf Fortress will refer to adamantine as candy, which, I mean, it's moot now because you guys can literally see it. Oh, we've got a dance performance or something going on over here. See these dwarfs? Reciting poetry, simulate Desgear, and simulate Lolok. Loloks and Desgears are instruments, so I guess Tokugawa and Drogon are like beatboxing or something like that to the poetry being read by Krieg. How appropriate is this? Krieg went into a depression, and like all angsty people, they decided to write some poetry. This is probably really bad, like terrible, like angsty poetry, teenage type poetry over here, being read by Krieg, while Drogon and Tokugawa provide accompanying music. It's like a beat poetry thing, right? Like, but instead of like finger snapping, yeah, beautiful emu poetry. Well, hopefully that will make people feel a little bit better. Is it just me, or does it look like Krieg Zoshi's got like a single big monocle, or like a minion thing? How are you doing? Delighted after watching a performance, enjoyment while performing, was aroused after watching a performance, was interested after having an intellectual discussion with acquaintance, felt empathy sharing acquaintance personal insight, euphoric due to inebriation. Okay, been contemplating the theme of truth. Krieg might be bouncing back here. So fingers crossed that that's the case. What kind of performance was this? Yeah, I don't know. All right, mysterious construction has begun. All right, let's see everything that we've got here. So we've got schist, gabbro, limonite. So those are all stone blocks. We've got some cut crystal, some rough goshenite, some dog bone, and pigtail cloth. What the hell are you making? Oh, Krieg's in the chat. I'm getting better. Good to hear it, Krieg. You know, you gotta have those mental health days. You gotta look after yourself. He says to himself. Oh, hold on. No. What is this? There's a giant rat. Currently overcome by terror. No one's actually attacking it, but I think someone should. I'm just gonna tell all my squads to come here and attack the giant rat. Whoever gets there first. I mean, it shouldn't be a challenge, but whoever gets there first, congratulations. You'll kill that. It's not gonna be a throne, because it's a craft dwarf workshop. Drogon. There we go. I think Drogon killed the rat, or someone did. Actually, yeah, it's probably one of these others. Yeah, there it is. It's alien here. Bash the giant rat in the head with an iron crossbow. So it's much more common for the crossbows to be used as melee weapons than anything else. I always make my first squad a squad of crossbow dwarves and things, because to me, when I'm thinking of fortress defense and things, I always think of well, no, of course you've got archer type people on parapets, right? The thing is, the range combat in dwarf fortresses, yeah. I mean, it's worked out for us when we lock everything up, but you're supposed to be sleeping for work, got up early to watch. Well, Krieg, I'm happy you could be here. Oh, to a piece of green putty I found in my armpit. Now there's some Vogon poetry references. Alamoso is throwing another tantrum. Oh, they're still locked up though, which isn't going to help the tantrum. That's part of the reason we try to make these bedrooms so nice. We should probably get them engraved actually, and put some statues in here. Although if they're statues of gods and they topple them over, would that curse them? Or is that only if it's inside of a temple? I'm not sure. More statues in the jail cells. Oh, we might have to. Booze just get delivered? Or a bucket just got delivered? Why is it a bucket? Oh, probably a bucket of water. because this person was thirsty. Only if it's God they worship. Location doesn't matter. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we could just take chances. Start placing some statues in this room here. Okay, none of these are particularly exciting. There you go. We'll get a few in there. There you go. SMZ has created Rumajshasar Gisturtestem, a schist lowlock. Oh, it's a musical instrument. She claims it as a family heirloom. Whoa, let's take a look. So, the artifact's name in English is Dull Frightened the Fortuitous Courtesy. It is worth 69,000 dwarf bucks. Pretty nice. This is a shift lock. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with rectangular limonite cabochons and round brilliant cut crystal opals, decorated with pigtail and encircled with bands of dog bone. This object menaces with spikes of schist and goshenite. On the item is an image of W. Toad John, the dwarf, and W. Keith, the dwarf. Those names with the W in front of them, that's how we flagged were creatures. So these are images of two werebeasts on here. Toad John is making a plaintive gesture. Keith is striking a menacing pose. The artwork relates to the mortal wounding of the dwarf Toad John by the dwarf Keith in Ray's Blockades, which is where we live, in the mid-spring of 257. So we had were creatures present and apparently killing each other? Interesting. The lowlock is a mid-sized handheld percussion instrument. It consists of an hourglass metal drum with a leather head. The musician strikes the head. The instrument has a 1.5 octave range, going from mid-high to a very high pitch. Tuning is accomplished by adjusting the tension of the head. The instrument has a sparse, dull timbre. So this is a non-installable instrument, but it's quite cool. We should just put it in our museum, right? Yeah. They're called Rumashad. Oh, the corpse is here. So Umu's mutilated corpse is on display. Excellent. Just looking around here to see what pillars have what, how much. Okay, let's got coins, we got corpses. You know, maybe I'll put some artifacts in the back here. Right here. I can't remember where all the other artifacts are. If they've been placed somewhere for some reason, I'm not sure. Might have killed the were creature before turning. Yeah, it was probably like a mortal wounding. Well, I did say mortally wounded or something like that, but I think it's someone who bled to death post-combat, effectively. We did look at the coin from this year. Yeah, we have coins for 258 and 259. We did look at them last stream. So things are still being built and installed for our royal rooms over here. Someone still has to come and, yeah, move or tear it down this bed. Yeah, our dwarves are so busy. Lots of detailing, too. These are smoothing jobs, because I did assign a bunch of smoothing jobs. Once all the smoothing jobs are done, what I'm going to do is turn off smoothing for everyone. Re-enable it for just the 2 or 3 dwarves who are best at it, and then we're going to do some engraving. Look for some really high quality. Yeah, that's what I remember too, that they were all placed on one pedestal, all my artifacts, but I couldn't see it at a glance. Okay, none of these right ones have anything. These center ones, only the one with the body has it. This one only has coins. I think they were all stacked on a pedestal at some point, and then I took them down for some reason. I don't know. I mean, I guess I can go to this display here and just put all of our artifacts on this one pedestal, just because it's so much more convenient. You don't have to, like, fight. Because when you look at a pedestal, it doesn't show you if the artifact's already placed somewhere, so it can be a pain to, like, place each artifact individually. Remove them, yeah, when I give the hammer the bow. And that's what I was thinking. I was going to say, we wanted to assign the bow to the hammer, and we couldn't while it was on the display. Hopefully this doesn't unassign it. Did I remove them all? I don't know, I would have removed them all. I know. Well, you reinstall the artifact bed. So the artifact bed has already been reinstalled over here. This bed over here is the artifact bed. I'm not going to make the bedroom yet, because if I do, it's going to get a random dwarf will come in and grab it because I can't assign it to a baron yet because we don't actually have a baron yet. Oh, we did get a message about something starting to starve here, and that was probably something that's got to be, yeah, stray horse foal was probably born, but not actually added to the pasture. Should we do that now so they don't starve? Got a tree that grew in the courtyard, but I do have auto butcher set up to go and cut that down, which is nice. Okay, so I would like to send out a squad to clear out some neighboring place. We've got three actual squads: the Tunnel Snakes, the Iron Bows, and Dreams of Socks. Dreams of Socks, this is the squad we used to explore our old fortress. Hoping to find the sock, we did not, but we did recover all the artifacts from it, which was great. So I think Dreams of Socks is going to get sent out to attack some neighboring, baddies. So there's some humans to the south. It's not really what I'm targeting. Although maybe one day. Yes, but down here, there's some goblin places. The Goblin Hamlet of Chased Gold. I think they conquered this from someone else. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a raid first. Which raid is going to mostly try to avoid combat. We're going to try to raid this location. And then we'll maybe send an attack in later on. But let's do a raid first. So, the Goblin Hamlet of Chased Gold with a population of about 30. I think that only counts the actual goblins, not necessarily like trolls or if they have enslaved elves or whatever like that. So there could be a lot more than 30. Anyway, we'll raid this. We're going to assign Dreams of Socks to it. And then the missions. So we're going to do raid. So we'll try to avoid detection. We do have a really good ambusher leading this squad. So they should hopefully avoid detection as much as possible. And we will just leave them on all missions over here and see what happens. Okay. Chase Gold sounds like an Old West mining town. A little bit, yeah. There we go. This is our military squad heading out already. All right, dwarves. Go out and get us something of value. Most likely they're just going to come back with some generic junk we don't care about. But it's going to be good practice for them. I don't know if they develop the tactician skill from this, because that becomes the most important thing for true attacks. So if we look over at the military group over here, let's sort this by squads, because it'll give us a good image of some things. So the ambusher skill is the one we care about for raiding and not being detected. But for actually fighting, the most important thing becomes, I believe, the tactician skill. Is it not on this screen? Is it under other skills? Okay, let me pause here because some shit's going down. Oh, there's a Crundle. Okay. No, it must have been here. Oh, tactician's over here. There it is, under other skills. So the tactician skill becomes the most important when you're openly attacking a site, because the combat plan the dwarves make when attacking the site gets compared against the tactician skill of whoever is defending it, and winning that check gives you a huge advantage in combat. Unfortunately, none of our squads have any tacticians. Now, I'm hoping that raiding it might increase it, but I'm not sure. Certainly when you actually do the attacks, it does. Wow, we literally don't have a skilled tactician in our entire fortress. That's insane. That's unfortunate. And I don't think there's any way for us to manually train it other than to send them out and attack things. Ugh. Okay, well. Oh yeah, so we have a Crundle. Oh, is it just down here? It might be. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the Tunnel Snakes to kill from a list. A, B, C, D, E. There we go. Go and hunt down 5 Crundles wherever they might be. I mean, they're in this cavern, or they're coming through the cavern into our base, one way or the other. We're dwarves. We don't need tactics. I don't know. Stick 'em with the pointy end. Is that the level of our tactics? Now, where was the giant garbage dump? Okay, it's over here. Z level 118. Okay, just below the stone knockers. I think it was sort of dug out as a quarry, and then also to be used as this. If you can't use tactics, just use tic-tacs. Struck citrine. Where's... Oh, we're discovering more of the underground cavern level. Oh, probably as we're hunting the Crundles. We're spotting some more things down here. Okay. Every attack is just charge. Tunnel snakes, I hear they rule. They do! Man, I gotta play Fallout again. What I really want to do one day is a full playthrough of all the Fallout games. Like, starting with Fallout 1, which I did play like 1,000 billion years ago and have no memory of. And Fallout 2, which I never played through. I've dabbled with it, but I never... never put in more than a little while. Minnesota Bruin is throwing a tantrum. But as I say, you're one of the dwarves that's in prison anyway, so maybe we'll just keep you in there. Fallout 2, best Fallout. So, is it actually better because of a better story? Ooh, something's rotting in here. Is it actually better because of a better story? Do people just like the mechanics more? Because, like, here's the thing. With Baldur's Gate, a lot of people talk about Baldur's Gate 2, for example, as being, like just amazing, the peak of the franchise. But I kind of disagree. Yes, when you're comparing original Baldur's Gate 1 to original Baldur's Gate 2, Baldur's Gate 2 had a much better engine, introduction of kits and better mechanics and things like that. But I always thought that the story of Baldur's Gate 2, the vibe of Baldur's Gate 2, just never felt as good as the original with Baldur's Gate 1. I like the story, I like the vibe, I like the personality of Baldur's Gate 1 a lot more. And then when you get the enhanced edition, then Baldur's Gate 1, plays as good.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
So I don't know. With Fallout, I wonder if it might be the same sort of thing, where 2 was just slightly better, stronger engine. But I really like being the vault dweller, the vault whatever you call him. Can't remember what he's nicknamed in Fallout 1. I like the vibe of you come out of the vault. Where in Fallout 2, it's like, well, you're just the descendant of someone living on the surface. We got whiskey and chocolate. Who dat? Hey, Roram, thank you very much. Do the Orions have a whiskey or chocolate? Either way, thank you for bringing back Mood to the YouTubes. Thank you very much. What is the, didn't Star Trek have, like, Orion whiskey or rum or something like that? I feel there was something like that in Star Trek. I can't remember. Thank you very much, Roram, though. The Vault Dweller in Fallout 1, Chosen One in Fallout 2, yeah. I mean, there's certainly Romulan ale, that's true. Okay, we get to the Masterworks. Some things are being slaughtered because we have our turkeys. We did, yeah, that's right. We hatched a shit ton of extra turkeys. And we've got it set now to just limit at 25. We're no longer farming the eggs. We're no longer letting fertile eggs, age up or anything like that. We've got the eggs set to be, cook them whenever you want. And yeah, there's some miasma over here. It's possible something got dumped. I don't know what the source of it is. But it's possible that someone dropped. What happens? The dwarves do a thing where they grab food. Oh, the miasma's burnt away already. They do a thing where they grab food. And if they get interrupted, they drop it, but it still counts as them owning it. Oh, there's a giant musical performance. Do you see that for a sec? There are like 12 dwarves participating in something. Damn it. I should have taken a look at it. And they'll drop it, but it'll still be owned by them. But it'll just sit there and rot. Which is one of the reasons... Oh, we're back! Which is one of the reasons that DF Hack has a clean own command, which you use clean own scattered. And by default, what that does is anything a dwarf that is flagged as being owned by a dwarf, but it's just sitting on the ground, it clears the ownership and also flags it to be dumped so you can clean up like that. Oh, could be the Forgotten Beast in the museum. You're right, we should take a look at that. But we're back from our mission. Let's see how it went. In the late winter of 259, the letter of notching slipped into Chase Gold, undetected by the mournful evils of the wayward fly. In the late winter of 259, the wire speaker stole treasure from Chase Gold. Oh, that's it. Okay. Wire speakers, I believe, are government. Let's take a look at the spoils report. We got a Dingleman leather spew. I don't know what that is. Could be an instrument. 1 ratweed, 1 silver maul. 1 enormous iron corkscrew, 1 iron anvil, 1 iron toy axe, 1 giant cave spatter silk bag, and 1 copper bow. So we got garbage. But what I'm curious about, and yeah, you know what? It almost certainly is the Forgotten Beast corpse. Oh yeah, it's now rotten. We probably should have intentionally placed it. We could, you know what we could do? Is we could have a little other room with a pedestal installed in it where we set up the corpses of the Forgotten Beast until they're done rotting, and then we put them in the proper museum. Yeah, let me do that. We'll have a little, where do we want? I want it near the museum because it makes sense. I'm actually wondering about just making a little room right here. You know, it's our little storage room for the museum. And a little door over here. And then we'll put a few pedestals, and this is where we're going to store the corpses while we wait. Corkscrew is worth big bucks. Yes, we can also use it in our weapon traps, which is kind of nice. Quill's dwarf hat brings me joy. Thanks, Benanak. Bloated, rotting corpse in the museum. Mm-hmm. Dig into the wall, put them behind glass windows. That is really cool, although then the dwarves won't actually be able to enjoy it. But, I mean, okay, hold on. But it doesn't actually matter if they go. I don't think the dwarves actually necessarily get any joy from seeing the Forgotten Beast corpse. That's actually a neat idea. So before this gets dug out, could have like sort of our trophy room. That's a little add-on over here. We might end up doing a similar thing on the other side. What we can do, because the dwarves won't actually see it properly or enjoy it properly. But yeah, we put the pedestal in the back, then we put a window here, and it still can't. It's for our purposes, it will look like we've got this corpse on display. I kind of like that. Scrundles. Are we still being interrupted by scrundles? I may have to set up certain automation to deal with some of these things. A, B, C, D, E, F. Die. Okay. I would like to have a 4th actual squad. That will mean 40 military dwarves, and then we can go and send them all to actually conquer. Well, no, we'll send a pillage first. Or maybe even, like, pillage and burn it to the ground instead of conquering the site. Although conquering can be kind of fun as well. But we don't want to conquer the 40 dwarves because they won't come back. We'll want to set an actual war party to kill everything first, and then maybe a group out there to conquer it. Build another wall around the town of Snake's Bear. I mean, the thing is, I could go and completely block out the cavern layer over here. I'm kind of intentionally leaving things open for fun.
It's whiskey and
But we could wall this out so the Crundles couldn't get into this area. The other thing I can do is I could line this bridge with some, maybe cage traps just to capture those Crundles. Which actually, you know, is probably worthwhile. I was avoiding cage traps in general because they're a little cheesy, but this is just kind of annoying, and it won't work against the Forgotten Beasts anyway. So I'll just use planning mode. I'm just going to surround our drawbridge here with cage traps, just to catch, like, random Crundles, which are mostly just annoying. There you go. We'll double up on that, and that's going to be okay. We got whiskey and chocolate. What with this? Ooh, it's refreshing. Hold on. Hold on. It's refreshing. Punisher! Hey, Punisher. Thank you. Oh, uncorruptible Fortress Master. Yeah, I can see where this is going. I heard that there is a dwarf coming in the next migration wave named Punisher that has heard of your upcoming exploits to reclaim lost sites. Here's an excellent axe dwarf waiting to prove his worth, leading a squad to glory. All right. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I get it how it goes. Like, you know what we could do? We could reclaim the old fortress, too. The one we lost previously to the undead Sock of Doom. Well, the sock wasn't undead. It was being wielded by an undead. Now, whoever we send there won't be part of our fortress anymore, but will be running the other site. Yeah, we should do that. We should totally reclaim that in here. What are you going to do with the caged Crundles? I don't know yet. That's a great question. Because you can do some very fun things. We could set up an arena. But how do you know the sock isn't undead? I mean, that's a good point. I suppose we don't. There's a giant red-winged blackbird being hunted. Wow. As long as it's not a buzzard of FPS death. Ugh. All right, how's this coming along? Yeah, there's still tons of garbage sitting in here. So how does conquering work? Well, let's take a look at that. So what you do when you set up a mission somewhere. So let's look again at chase golds. We're gonna set a new mission, a new raid. You start with raid, but then you can go into details and you can change things. So instead of raid, we can pillage, which is an open attack. We can raise to try to burn it down completely, but we can also conquer and occupy. Now, assuming you win the battle, any soldiers you send there will join that site, will become part of that site, and will be the new government for it. Now, that site will be subservient to you, and you can turn around and request that that some dwarves come back home afterwards. So they're not necessarily gone forever. But what I probably would like to do is do something like a pillage first and openly attack them with all my military. That way they'll kill tons of things, and then maybe I'll send a smaller squad there to properly occupy it later on. The other place that would be fun to run some missions, let me remove this mission here, is there is a necromancer tower. There you go. Over here, this like purple pie, right over here. This is a, well, it's Goblin Dark Fortress. Yeah, but I assumed, because this whole area is like looking nasty, I assumed it was, that's interesting. It is their fortress, but low population. Yeah, I thought it was a Necromancer's Tower, but this is the Goblins we're at war with, and they have a ton of Goblin areas over here, but they also conquered this area down here. So I think what we do, because I think, yeah, Chase Gold was a human hamlet, because there was some human territory over there. Oh, there's searchlands as well. So the Goblins conquered a couple of things. I think we'd like to clear those two, and then focus on fighting back. All these little purple blips all over here to the north, those are all Goblin towns. Bad Quill, leave the Necromancy tablets alone. You know what happens to Necromancers. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it won't happen a second time to destroy it all. Are all these purple bits down here also Goblins? Dark Goblin pits, yeah. Wow, yeah, the Goblins are all over the place. Jeez. So, okay, let's set up an extra military squad. So, what we need to do is go into nobles, we need a militia captain, and we need to choose a new militia captain. So, let me find, out of our peasants, someone to assign over there. Profession. And in particular, so we can still look for decent ambushers here. Oh, we don't really have any, so it doesn't maybe matter the same way. How about Spacebound Fears? You're relatively strong. Again, we look through all our dwarves individually in the other version, but it's just a lot faster to look here. You're going to be, like, I think you're actually going to be kind of neutral with all your traits. You do have low endurance, which I don't like. But ultimately, it probably doesn't matter who we assign to things. Our peasants are going to be mostly throwaway. Natura, maybe we'll make you. Natura Ion? Nature 1? Welcome to the militia. And then, you know what? I will just grab. Oh, we need to make the actual squad first. Create a squad. Metal Armor Squad. The Young Mechanisms. I love that name. I love that name. Okay. So, Naturian 1, Spacebound Fears, Palm Wedge, Frostmelt, Wymie, Ratlord, Jacinth, Overturned Reliant, Big Daddy, and Kemu are all part of the Young Mechanisms. Wonderful name. So, let's have you join in the training up here. So, Young Mechanisms, you're going to be allowed to train up here. Well, the Iron Bows can have that. Tunnel Snakes no longer need to train in this area. So, Young Mechanisms, I'm going to go ahead and activate your training schedule. So you should come here and start to exercise and start to get equipped. But what we're going to do is we're going to take, I think, the Dreams of Socks as well as the Tunnel Snakes. And I think I'm going to send both of those to go raid the site. The Young Mechanisms are still training and getting their equipment in the first place, and we'll keep the Iron Bows as kind of a fortress defense. So we're going to send 20 extremely well-armed dwarves to go and raid that goblin hamlet. Pillage. I'm going to try to, like, kill as many things as possible, and then come back. And see how it goes. Hopefully, they don't all just die. Raid the site. Assign squads. Tunnel Snakes and Dreams of Socks. Detail, and this is going to be a pillage. Openly attack the site. Okay. Here we go. Watch us get sieged while we have 20 of our dwarves away. But man, at least we can seal the fortress, and we have our ranged folks still out there to try to do some things. Oh, this has all been dug out, so we're going to make a bigger refuse stockpile. There we are. For garbage, which is otherwise just lingering around. How's this coming along? Okay, this is working. So what we want to do is we're building, what are they called? Display furniture. Okay, yeah, we have enough pillars for everything. Good. Okay. We'll designate a smoothing job back here. Oh, I never did smooth the floors on this. Let's do that now. Okay. If you get siege, just tactical hammer and anvil scenario. Oh, that's true. When our people come back. When am I in Punisher walking? Yeah, well, we should get a migration wave. We should actually get a huge migration wave, because we had a really good trade session with the dwarves last time. Now, I don't think migration waves show up any particular time. I think it is going to be completely random. Ooh, cannot produce rock bag box, which might just mean that we're full on those. This would be called rock coffers. I wish this screen was searchable. I can't see it. Oh, over here. Check the conditions. It doesn't have any conditions. We might not have the material. Which, to me, says maybe I should be quarrying more stone here. Well, no, there's some stone over here. I don't know. What did you just learn from the wiki, Scoots? I learned from Quill. Oh, maybe okay. Maybe it's not a relevant thing. I was like, oh, did someone did someone point out something cool that I could be doing? Oh, you just learned with the wiki. I see. You're learning the game from the wiki. That's what you're saying. Now I getcha. I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right, so our squads are away, going to pillage. Hopefully they don't die. Fingers crossed. I'm still waiting for one of our dwarves to be named Baron. Okay, what's our season right now? Late winter. It's been like 3 months since the trade caravan left. Is it possible that they might have gotten slaughtered on the way back to the Dwarven mountain home? That is possible. And it would be terrible news. Because A, it might mean no Baron right now, and B, it might mean no migration wave. Death is but a door, time is but a window. Wow, MJ. I didn't realize Dwarf Fortress was so philosophical. How many dwarves do we have currently? 134. Pure be cats fighting. Great reference. I don't know what the reference is. They're so heavy with mugs. Yes, the caravan was laden with too many mugs. Is the outpost liaison left yet? That's a good question. Is he just possibly hanging out? No, you're right. Ral is just... Maybe that's the problem. The outpost liaison is just chilling in a room. Is this room even something? It is one of our temples. Maybe that's the problem? Oh, Ghostbusters 2. Oh, Vigo. Wow. I haven't watched Ghostbusters 2 in a long time. I did recently rewatch the first Ghostbusters again. Spring has sprung! If there were any elves nearby, we could expect an elven caravan, but the only elven civilization exists on another continent. Yeah, so I don't know what the deal with the outpost liaison just hanging around is. Is it a bug? Is there a reason they do that? New Ghostbusters worth watching. Was it called Ghostbusters Afterlife? It's good. It's good to hear that it's good. Ghostbusters 2 is better than people remember. Have I watched it in my adult life? That I'm actually not even sure about. I did have the Ghostbusters computer game, the Ghostbusters 2 computer game, on my old, I guess, 286 computer? Back in the late 80s? It must have been then, because I think I was playing it when I was living in Timmins. Late 80s, early 90s? You had to go down a line, collect slime from the sewers. I know if something happened and your people got caught, you had to break them out of the insane asylum. And I think right at the end, you did actually walk the Statue of Liberty through New York with a Nintendo controller. If I recall correctly. Been a few Ghostbusters games. I remember the old Commodore 64 one, which was kind of awesome. I had no idea how to play it as a kid. But since then... Okay, stock level is low. This is just the conditions being met for things, I think. Ghostbusters on the Spectrum? Wow. There was an old Ghostbusters game that's basically a business management sim. What I liked about the old Ghostbusters game I used to play on the Commodore 64 is it was one of these, like, legacy roguelikes. Like, you weren't actually intended to win it the first time. You were just trying to accumulate as much money as possible, and then when you started a new game, you'd start with more funds, which would make it possible to do more. You say ladies, they even sound old then. Junk! Listen, you! Listen, you whippersnapper! Oh, still young enough to... Whoa! Camu's been found dead. There's a troll! Camu, no! What the shit? Right over here. Oh, one of the young mechanisms died instantly to a troll, which now has a name. All right, iron bows, go out there and beat it to death with your bows, probably. The thing is, the young mechanisms don't even have like the equipment probably yet. We did have some spare. We could take a quick look, actually. If we look at the equipment. So Natura has a full set of metal armor. Yeah, so most of them have a good amount of armor. Just at the very end here, we're missing some boots and gloves. I don't know if they're using battle axes or not. But shit! Alright, Frostmelt is down there. Just punching the troll in the head over and over and over and over again. I'm assuming that the troll has been not knocked out at this point. It's probably unconscious. But yeah, this is just Frostmelt just punching a troll over and over and over. Looks like Jacintha's doing the same thing. Punching it in the head over and over and over again. Wymie is bashing it with a shield. All right. Over and over and over again. Big Daddy, what are you doing? You're also... Oh, you're pulling and twisting and punching in the head. And Camus was in here, but unfortunately just got torn apart. I'm terribly sorry, Camus. Aw. But yeah, presumably this troll, which is still here... No, hold on, it's dead. No, it's still there. Why can't I see it properly? But yeah, all of its toes are broken. Everything's smashed. Yeah, I assume this troll's pretty unconscious at this point. What was that? Whiskey and chocolate. Oh, Bale! Hey, Bale, thank you very much. All hail the Dwarf Kingdom! Our Tamitsi priest has informed us of a prophecy that the next dwarf arriving shall be Kelvala Sabat, and he has never been wrong before. At least no one has been able to tell. Long live and in doubt Diablo Rise. We're still being interrupted by a troll. So the troll is still up and fighting? Well, no. Okay, it's vomiting and retching and vomiting and retching. It passed out from exhaustion. But we can't kill it! We're just bashing it over and over and over again, but we can't kill this troll. What if Camus was a troll? What if the real trolls were the friends we made along the way? Tenderizing the troll. Wow, troll kills their comrade and receives a beating. No, trolls don't regenerate in this game, but they are pretty tough. Oh, there you go. The combat has ended. So we only did lose the one. Hopefully we don't have any actual injuries. We'll check on the hospital soon. But we only lost the one body. Okay. Who are you? Let's go and assign someone else to the squad, which is still much easier to do from over here. Just refresh. Look, the peasants. There, we'll just grab Porp over here. You're gonna get assigned to the young mechanisms, and are gonna be assigned to the soldier task, and go. All right, we'll be back up to 10. Done. Okay. Man. Soldier stands up. Oh, someone got speared. Yeah, iron spear. So we don't have the squads forced to just use the battle axes, so there might not be enough steel battle axes, so they might not actually be using the best weapons. Let me ask. Just a few.
Whiskey and chocolate.
I'll forge like 5 steel battle axes, and steel high boots. We'll get another 5 pair, and steel gauntlets. We'll get 5 pairs of them. We don't need quite that many, although some of them might be using random armor that we've picked up from other things as opposed to the actual steel stuff. So we'll build a few. Need to move corpses. I know. Well, we do actually on that floor have a little grave storage over here. So hopefully someone comes and picks up these corpses and moves it out there. We may have to do an unforbid as well. We will see. It's like 3 Stooges with guns and violence. Not a sentence I would thought I'd hear. Oh, that's from Bale. Nice. Might be a chance the liaison might die in your fort, which is bad for your reputation with home. Yeah, well, that would be really annoying if he died. Oh, Lem Gardner's throwing a tantrum. Jesus. Oh, yeah, we have 4 really cranky dwarves now. This is just getting worse. Slightly tantrum spirally, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, liaison outpost liaison's not moving. What the heck? Oh, hey, Fenian. It says, someone get Essentia coffee, please. Yeah, Essentia loves her coffee. She's quite good at making it too. For the holidays, Kiss for Luck got her a espresso maker, which I think Kiss for Luck got it for Essentia mostly so that Essentia could make us coffee. Oh, one of her turkeys was missing for a week, so it was killed somewhere along the way. Knocked the liaison on the throat of my wall. Yeah, I don't know what to do about the liaison who's just hanging out here. I've had that happen in my old forts. When the liaison is stuck in my fort for unknown reasons, could be that the fort was locked or whatever, and just died at some point, making home super angry with me. Yeah, well, it's definitely not locked. We don't have any dwarves assigned to a burrow, which we can't even do with the liaison anyway. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Okay. Take a quick look at our hospital here. Yeah, no dwarves in our hospital. I don't think any dwarves got injured. I think there was just the one who died, which was Camus. Now, can we check the log for Camus? Right over here. Oh yeah, no, I forgot. You got like tons of injuries. Yeah, you were just absolutely just torn apart. Can never take people digging deep and greedily for granite. Oh, we got some miasma over here too. Yeah, I think we need to set up our dumping pit. All right, let's get that sorted. Let's set up a dumping pit. So we had started some plans for that, hadn't we? If we go down here, so that's our magma layer. Have we done a little digging for that? Well, this is a digging for the adamantine, which is not the dumping pit. Although maybe we could do this as part of the same thing. Magma crabs could maybe climb a little bit, but I don't think you'd be able to climb like infinitely high. Hey, this is some weirdly happy music. Quick Google says Liaison might stick around until late spring before he leaves. Yeah, and I think I've seen that before, where they stick around for a surprisingly long time, but then eventually they do leave. So hopefully you're going to be okay. All right, so here's my plan. Maybe on the other side. Somewhere over here. I'm going to set up-down stair. We'll go up a few levels to like here. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to DF Hack. Make sure to reread the latest version. I'm going to sort for nothing. Well, that's actually not true. I'm going to remove stone detailing from everyone. And then what I'm going to do is sort by stone detailing. And only... I would like a few more than just the 2. But basically, I'm helping, and Neptune are the ones with the 20. We're going to re-enable engraving for them. Hang on. What did I do here? Might mostly be I'm helping coming down here and doing some engravings, but... Oh, did they return just now? They did return just now! Yes! The dwarves are back! Okay. Mission report. Oh, we might have gotten some new coins too, because it's a new year. Mission report. Oh, what's the line from Civil War, right? Mission report. November 6th, 1984, whatever it was. 12th of Granite, 1260. In the early spring of 260, the letter of Notching attacked the mournful evils of the wayward fly at Chase Gold. The dwarf Axley Prime led the attack, and the defenders were led by the goblin Nilo Metvices. In the early spring, the goblin Nilo tactical planning was superior to Axley Prime, which is not a surprise because Axley Prime has a 0 tactical skill, as all our dwarves do. So that is not good, because the defenders have a strong positional advantage. So, let's see what happens. Madhurst, the dwarf, confronted the goblin Nilo. The goblin Nilo was struck down by Madhurst. Yes! And then what happened? Axley Prime confronted... Okay, so I guess yellow is just confront. It's not actually a combat result. Well, Axley Prime confronted a goblin. Axley Prime... So the goblin fought. While defeated, the latter escaped unscathed. So Axley Prime lost his fight, but wasn't injured. Okay, here in white, the goblin Aerie Triadfolded's upper leg was ripped by the dwarf Lingonberry Clown, and then was struck down by Lingonberry Clown. Good. So the teal ones are good results, I guess. Well, so is the white, because Wama, the goblin, was smashed. Their head was smashed by Argensis. What are the color coding then? Oh, Wama's the actual death over here. Okay, so your head was smashed, but you didn't die until Sprite got the killing blow over here. So we killed 3 goblins. We killed Nilo, Aerie, and Wama, and then came back with our loot. Despite the latter's wounds, the dwarf was forced to retreat despite his wounds. Okay, so Argensis themselves might have also been wounded in this since they were forced to retreat. What about our spoils here? We got an anvil, toy axes, water skin, and 2 copper high boots. Really not terribly exciting, but we killed a few of the dwarves, including their leader, so they might not have the same tactical skills anymore. So it'll be interesting to see about that. Maybe white is killing, blue is injuring. Well, blue, it's definitely the fighting versus, or the injuring versus kills, yeah. Good thing this game's only in ASCII. I don't think I can handle more realistic visual representation of level carnage. That is true. And yeah, if they had a tactics 0 now, that'd be great. Oh, hey, Bale again! The Lost Boys are back, huh? Good times. Hanging out, comic book store, some fun violence, good times. We wish we were young again, and Dwarven Lost Boys did good as well. Oop. Okay, slaughtered. Ended a mandate. Hopefully it wasn't one that was a problem. Masterpieces. Yes, the dwarves came back. And we didn't lose any dwarves along the way, which is great. No dwarves in the hospital. That looks like to be a good sign as well. So, let's see if we gained any tactical skill. And Axley Prime now has 1 level. They are novice tactician. All right. Well, at least it's going. Oh, Alamos just throwing another tantrum. Aw. We're hitting lots of masterpieces. Well, there's going to be a lot of masterpiece engravings happening here, which is quite good. How do you increase your tactics? As far as I know, just doing the raids is the way to do it. So we'll let the dwarves chill for a little bit. Actually, I think I'm going to cancel everyone's training schedule as well. Everyone can go and have time off. We'll give them a little bit, and then we'll send them out again. Do we have any food in these barrels? Oh, there we go. Prepared food. What do we got in here? Bitter vetch leaf roast. This is well-prepared bitter vetch leaf roast. The ingredients are well-minced chopped dog liver, well-minced plump helmet, well-minced cabbage, and minced bitter vetch leaf. Everything being like minced together and made into a loaf makes me think of like haggis. Especially since we've got organ meat in there. I don't know what a vetch is. No idea.
You need to build me
What's with the tantrum? We just have a few cranky dwarves because they haven't, I don't know,
I'm going to keep
haven't gotten everything they wanted in life. If we take a look at by happiness here.
Did you see what I did with this?
So Lem Gardner here actually felt satisfied at work. Bliss dining in the legendary dining room. Unease after lack of decent meals for too long. We do have good meals being made now, although I don't know if we're doing it quickly enough. Annoyed caught in the rain, regret after starting a fist fight, euphoric after inebriation, bitterness after getting in an argument. We're trying. We're trying. I guess I'll also, you know, we can also set up the big like engraved stone thing over here. Although, never mind. What I don't care about the quality of the engraving here as much will enable engraving on more. But right now I only want my legendary engravers to do the royal room and the prison rooms at least. And then we'll see what happens after that. The spiral has begun. Perhaps. We didn't get enough happiness quickly enough. Kind of looks like a face now. Like, you know what it looks like? It looks like the face of a sugar glider. You know, or some other kind of nocturnal animal, right? With really big eyes. Big dark eyes. Yeah, or a mouse, sure. Yeah, mouse works. Although, sugar glider. Yeah, look up an image of a sugar glider and look at its face. I think that's like a better pick. Cool running a game with residents' happiness isn't regarded. No, we're trying hard to keep them happy. It's not my fault these dwarves are so cranky and temperamental. We could evict some of the saltier dwarves.
Sir, there's some more.
Migrants have arrived. Okay, the game is paused. So first thing we're gonna do is give in to corruption.
delicious.
So migration wave. Holy crap! Oh no, it's gonna do the annoying thing. Because it's the same season, it's counting our returning guys as part of the same migration wave. So I guess I'll go to has nickname instead. All right, so we have 21 dwarves without nicknames. Presumably, this is the migration wave. I told you it would be a big one because of the trade thing. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna give you the custom profession of migrants so that we can quarantine you. Secondly, so I guess it was started with Juna. I gotta bring up the tip history because my normal page only goes so deep into this, which is annoying. All right, yes. Done, done, done. So you are going to be Juno. Oh, unfortunately, I don't have anything remarkable going on, but I guess no one really has anything noteworthy at a glance. I mean, I suppose 13 mining skills not terrible. Okay. Next up, set nickname. So we have Bunisher was the other bribe. And then, what did you have? Kale Vala Sabat. Watch him turn out to be a frickin' vampire, or her turn out to be a frickin' vampire. Because wouldn't that just be the most appropriate thing in the universe? I like how, who's this? Bunisher is a Gelder. Gonna cut the nuts off things. Okay. So the remainder will be auto-nicknamed based on subscribers by our system. But for now, what we have to do is we have to unpause. We have to let the migrants get onto the map. And then we will assign them to the quarantine burrow. Gelder? Pretty sure it was Axe Dwarf. Well, maybe that's how you geld things, Bunisher. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. That's true. Yeah, it's, you're not known for your accuracy. But you get the job done. Oh yeah, when is the next full moon? That's a great point. Dwarf Fortress calendar. It is the first month, so the full moon is on the 25th. Oh, the full moon is now. Literally now. It is the 25th of the first month, so we are in Granite. Yep. So I guess the quarantine isn't going to come up this time, but I guess no one's a were creature right now, so we must not have gotten any were creatures. We're not using hashtag name for this stream, just because it's too much work to name everyone constantly. Oh, excellent. So yeah, it's too much work to rename everyone constantly in Dwarf Fortress because there's too many dwarves. So I set up a system to automatically name people after subscribers, so we don't use hashtag name for this. Let me just make myself a note. Well, actually, we can get it started basically right away. All right, Scaly Guilds. Oh, this is a Farmer Guild. I think this already exists, this Farmer's Guild. But they want a grand guild hall. So I will approve, and if we take a look at our locations... Yes, see, there you go. The Scaly Guild. The Scaly Guild, yes. The Farmer's Guild Hall. It exists, but they want it to be grand. Now, I believe that it is right here. So this is our watery cavern where we're doing our farming. And right here is the guild hall.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
For the... Oh, no, that's for the Berries of Doom. Oh, no, the Berries of Doom is the name of the guild hall. For the Scaly Guild, yes. So it would like to be grand. Well, one thing I could do... I just noticed there's a gap over here. That theoretically a flying Forgotten Beast could come in through this. Oh no, I might just leave it. We could also move you somewhere else that's fancier. Put down some statues. Just go into planning mode. And we'll just like... add a handful of statues in here, which will help to add some value. And then we'll see. If this is not enough value, then we'll just get a bigger guild hall for these guys, and it's going to be much easier to do. But hopefully with the engraving, it'll work out. Hang on, where's my recent events page again? Oh, hey, Wymie! I made a pencil with 2 erasers. It was pointless! That's such a dumb pun. I love it. Lem Gardner's throwing a tantrum. You know what I think we might need? I think we might need more prison cells. Although, okay, there's not that many people currently imprisoned. Although I suspect, yeah, we need to convict. There's an injured stray cat. Convicted, confessed. Oh, they're already convicted. Those are the red ones we have to do. Okay, the greens are all the weird that doesn't have the current crimes at the top. So Dan Barta hurt a dog. Well, maybe. Lem Gardner claims they saw Dan Barta hurt a dog. Let's interrogate. What? We're interrogating Lem Gardner? Wait, hold on. Am I getting this wrong? No, the other way around. Sorry, Dan Barta is the witness who accused Lem Gardner, who we do know threw a tantrum, so it's fairly likely that it happened. In fact, Lem Gardner did a bunch of bad things. Whoops. We're going to go ahead and convict Lem Gardner for all these crimes. We're just going to assume it's true. Ooh, yeah, Lem Gardner's punching Monty Max. Beat him with the bow of shame. The bow of shame! Whoever wrote the pencil pun needs to sharpen their act up. Boo! Like how when you don't have a place to separate the migrants, you gotta wear a creature basically every wave. But as soon as you make a quarantine spot, you haven't gotten one yet. Right? Exactly! What the hell's up with that? A statue was toppled. Lem Gardner toppled a statue. Oh, I can't zoom to it? Really? That's stupid. Why can't I zoom to the toppled statue? Or it's a pedestal, sorry. But still, why can't I zoom to it? Must have toppled something in this room? Oh yeah, right there. Look at this. The pedestal that had the body of Umu was toppled over. Oh, we don't have any more. We need to make some more rock pedestals. Got like 10 kicking around here. More fighting. Turkey was found dead. So something just go in and randomly slaughter a turkey? Maybe another one of the thing. Oh, okay. Lem Gardner has an injury. Was going to arrest it, but now they're being arrested. There you go. That's Lem Gardner right here. Being brought to the prison by Reptile. Yeah, they have Lem Gardner in chains. Is Reptile our... Oh! Our Baron was officially assigned! Okay, hold on. We got a few things to do. No, Reptile's not our Dungeon Master. It's Reagan Rebellion. Okay, first of all, our mayor, SMZ, has a new mandate for us to make a quarry. So let's make a rock quarry here and satisfy that. But Monty Max has officially... I must have missed that in all the noise. It probably happened right around the migrant wave and everything. I don't know. But in any case, we have an official Baron in Monty Max. So we need to assign him the royal quarters. So, bedroom, make, assign to Monty. And these will be made into internal doors, and the bedroom will be embiggened soon. Throne room, actually, we're still waiting for a fancy throne to be put there. Dining hall, embiggen, assign to Monty Max. Okay. Oh, and the tomb. Yes. So we have an artifact coffin over here. This is going to be a tomb for Monty Max. Now, it's probably not fancy enough right now. Oh, it is. Okay, the Baron's requirements aren't that high. You know what, then? What I'm going to do is I think we used planning mode and set a fairly aggressive. Yeah, we needed a masterwork chair over here. I'm going to go and... there you go. I'm going to build chair without planning mode, and we'll just grab one from the list that is So the best we can get is the one with the plus. So it's not a very fancy throne, but we'll get a throne installed for now for our Baron. And hopefully we'll still make a really, really nice and fancy one later on for our royals. Got some whiskey and chocolate. Whoa! Bale! So Sabat Pierre Bale, thank you very much. That was very generous. Says, now that we have infiltrated the dwarfs, we have to awaken our true nature as vampire dwarfs. Can you enforce that in-game? And bring them to all our glory. All hail Sabat! Thank you very much! Okay, also, inaccessible. Oh, because you're in prison. Lem Gardner can't reach whatever they were trying to do. Probably they're trying to reach the hospital, because I think they were injured in the fighting, which is really not great. I want to address the vampire thing in a second. I just want to take a look. And yeah. Ooh, yeah, one of your toes is all blasted open. Your second toe, right foot is broken. Second toe, right foot is smashed open. You might get an infection there. Your neck is torn open. Your right foot is torn open. And I don't think you're going to get any medical treatment while you're imprisoned. Well, that's not good. Potentially rip Lem Gardner. Let him bleed. Wait, Juna, are you also a vampire? So, to answer Bale's question, yes, you can make vampires in the game. One way is you can, if you topple over a statue of the god that the dwarf believes in, that will curse them, and it's 50-50 whether they become a were-creature or a vampire. The other way, though, is to drink vampire blood, which, if we discovered at some point that one of our dwarves was a vampire, which is possible, there are various things we can do to make that dwarf accidentally bleed into a well and then have the other dwarves drink it. I guess I don't have to have the dwarves flagged as migrants since... what am I looking for? Profession. Since we're not doing the quarantine stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flag all these as peasants. But then, I wonder if I'm going to change any of these to something else. I think Turna here, who's got good mining, we'll go ahead and make you a stone knocker. I don't know if there's anything else necessarily worth enabling. I mean, Carol's over here is actually not bad at wood, so maybe we'll throw a woodwhacker in there. We do have, the Gutty is actually decent at dressing wounds and suturing, not anything else. I guess we should make Gutty into a life minder, so they can do some medical stuff, and maybe cooking as well. Wow, we are getting, look at all these masterpieces, and it's I'm helping who's doing masterpiece engravings over and over and over again. Oh, we should check here. Hen pasture. Yeah. We got some random critters that the migrants brought with them as pets. We could probably get another military squad going on. I think we are going to do that. Let's make a new military squad. So we need a new militia captain. I don't know why there's a gap here. We'll grab one of the peasants. Let's go down the list. Well, I don't know. I guess we can still kind of look at who's fairly qualified. Again, we're gonna, we're doing a fitness test. Maybe check to see who's got decent recuperation / strength. You're not terribly strong, but you do have that. You're not a very good teacher. That's the other thing. A squad leader who's a good teacher can be quite nice. Shuddy here. Shuddy's got a level 10 crutch walker. I'm thinking Shuddy's missing a foot. Is fairly likely. Okay, Danny here. Danny's got 80 recuperation. Not a terrible teacher. Not very strong though. He'd actually have a hard time in armor. Maybe it doesn't matter too much. down, up, down, 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 up, up. Killer Nerd! Okay, actually not a bad name for a militia captain. Killer Nerd. Welcome. Metal armor for Killer Nerd. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to refresh. And I'm going to grab the 9 strongest peasants, which includes Tom Saint. Well, actually, I'll read the list somewhere else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Assigned to squad. The Moral Seals. Oh, we'll rename that name. Rename that squad. That's not a very good name. Then I'm just going to sort this by squad. Just open, close that, because it says it wants that sometimes. Let me do a reread here.
I've got an idea.
Oh, is there a strange mood going on? I'm just going to flag these new people as soldiers. We'll get them kitted out soon. Wasn't Bunisher a pretty good axe dwarf? Was he? Hang on. Let's take a... not profession. Sorry, I want to sort by nothing. Oh, that's right. The Gelder... the Gelder axe dwarf, huh? Bunisher? Nope, you have no military skills whatsoever. We must have seen something else, Bunisher. What is happening? Oh, strange mood. So yeah, Green Eyes, taken by a Fey mood. All right, hopefully you make something cool, Green Eyes. All right, the moral. We need a new name for this squad. What do we want to name this squad? Oh, Senti, thank you very much. Oh, by the way, so we're going to do this for about 3 hours. Then what we're going to do is we're going to try our hand at a game, a roguelike game called Book of Demons, which I covered like 3 years ago or something when it was like coming out of early access. But it's got Twitch integration, so we're going to play with that and see how it goes. Senti, thank you so much. Oh, Empirical Overlord of the Seven Pillars. I have it on good authority that a dwarf by the name of Shmi Smolderbeard, an impressive crafts dwarf, has noticed your exquisite fortress and plans to arrive in the next migrant wave. Shmi Smolderbeard. Shmi is such a sort of Rick and Morty or Gravity Falls kind of name, right? I love it. I love it. Okay, I'll keep this in mind as well as I can. The Mug Muggers. I saw the Crundle Crunchers or something. The third nipple squad. Kind of like the Crundle Crunchers. Name squad. Crundle Crunchers. Excellent. We probably need more training facilities overall, but for now, we'll just come up right here, tell the Crundle Crunchers they can train here, and we'll also activate this squad so they can start doing training and start to pick up some of their equipment. Which probably means we need to make more equipment. Although, we have captured various equipment from fallen raids and stuff, so you should be able to put on at least some armor, although it might not be ideal armor. I think it's probably time to set up steel breastplate jobs. Let's make 10. Steel helm, like helmet, is like probably the single most important part of defensive equipment. Steel greaves. Steel boots. Steel gauntlet. I think that's the set. And then I guess we can do steel shield, 10 of them, and let's make some more steel battle axes. Like we'd set up a few jobs before to fill in some of our squads, but we'll do that a little bit more. Okay. The crunching conquistadors, that would be quite good. The goblin gelders for the next one with Bunisher's leader. Okay.
You there. This workshop's mine now.
Okay, Green Eyes has claimed a metalsmith's forge. Hello! What are your skills there, Green Eyes? So you're one of our soldiers. This might actually get you out of the soldier thing, because this is a Fey mood. I believe that will give you legendary status. Let's see what you make. Yeah. We're gonna, because you're a part of the military, we're gonna wait until this artifact is done before we send out the next raid. But it will be to go and smash that goblin base completely. Hey, no one, thank you.
Here's from the Mushroom Beer and Fish Fund. Dig deep, dig well, and take a ride on the minecart. Speaking of, we got to check a few things. Yeah, let's start working on our magma dumper over here. So this staircase... Oh, hold on. Before we do that, my bad. We're going to build a bridge that retracts or raises in this direction. And I'm going to get another one as a backup. Close it this way. So we're going to have a pair of bridges here, centered sort of airlock safety procedures. And then we might do something with a floor grate as well on top of the dumping hatch. But this will let us seal this off in case there's any problems. Okay. I'm installing the Steam release news. Oh, for the Dwarf Fortress? Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I'm excited. The last thing they dropped was what, like the worldview? Like this civilization map, I think, is the latest thing they showed? Mm-hmm. What was the last raid? We've raided twice. We did a sneaky raid on a goblin base and stole some garbage. And then we did an open pillage, which killed 3 goblins and came back with a little bit of garbage. But yeah, next one is we're going to try to go for... Well, I don't know if we can do a conquest. We may just have to do an open raid a couple more times. They still have population. Mysterious construction has begun already. What do you have in there? Well, first of all, this place is full of bolts still. We also have silver bar, gazelle leather... Oh, that's it. Silver bar gazelle leather is what's going to be used for the construction. All right. Yeah. Oh, brew drink from fruit. That's okay. That's not how we normally brew things. We've got plenty of drinks, mostly from plants. That's going okay. I think we do need more kitchens. Or maybe we just need more dwarves on cooking duty, because we do have 2 kitchens, and there are currently no dwarves sitting in either one of them. I think, yeah, let's get some cooker dwarves. Let's, never see it. Cook. Let's sort by cook. No, it's not easy to see their professions. Okay. So, group by profession, sorted by cook. And we go down to our peasants. And we literally have no peasants who can cook. Or have impressive brewing. This is the planting sort of thing. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it? Alright, I'm going to grab Andarta, Mayhem, Danny Smith Jr., and Small Speed over here. Well, Danny's pretty good at wood cutting, but I don't know if I care about that. I don't know, maybe we'll skip you. And we'll grab Kurt over here. So as far as I can tell at a glance, none of these have anything terribly impressive. Well, you have a little bit of stone detailing, Kurt. Hey, Kalevala, do you want to be a cook? Anyway, let me just do these 3 for now. We're going to set them to life binders. Kalevala, you want to be a cook? Excellent, okay. Cook/doctor. Maybe, we don't ask what you do with all the blood from the hospital. You're a life minder. Kale for every meal. Okay, and yeah, let's go and put Danny Smith over here as a woodwhacker. There we go. But yeah, having some more cooks is probably going to be useful. Krieg has slipped into a depression again. Damn it, Krieg, I'm so sorry. Gotta make blood sausage sometime. They make killer meat pies! Is this the Demon Barber of Fleet Street kind of thing? Is that the name of it? How's our royal chambers coming along? Coming along pretty well. Oh! And we can make this into a throne room / study for our Baron. Oh. Ugh. A silver chest. Okay, hold on 1 second. Because it turns out there's a couple of missing door tiles over here for some reason. Let me just go into planning mode for it. You and you. Because then I can create the throne room here, because it was poking through the doors for some reason. And we'll assign this to Monty Max. So now Monty Max, other than missing 1 weapon rack and 1 armor stand, is satisfied. I'll put them in the throne room for now. I think the intention is to put them in those 2, but until these doors get installed, I can't flag them as internal, so this can't be part of the bedroom. So
we're just going to... I'm going to flank the chair with an armor stand. So the throne armor stand on one side. Oh, we'll take the best. There we go. We got some masterwork ones. And a weapon rack on the other side. Yeah, we got a masterwork weapon rack as well. Perfect. So that should completely satisfy the Baron. Now, let's take a look at this artifact. We got a silver chest. Liruk Nossim, the Violent Kindnesses. Two things. One, Violent Kindnesses would make an excellent name for a rock band or a military squad. Two, this reminds me of the Doctor Who episode, which is like, please don't resist, this is a kindness. You know, with like the timey-wimey hospital place. Let's take a look at this bad boy. Ooh, whiskey and chocolate. This is a silver... How much is it worth? 25,000 dwarf bucks. Is more than I thought, given the fact that it only has 2 ingredients. I guess being silver probably helped. I'll take a look at that in 1 second. Temporal mouse, thank you very much. This is a silver chest. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. The object menaces with spikes of gazelle leather. On the item is an image of 2 giant masked lovebirds in silver. All right. Well, we can put that in one of our fancy rooms over here. What was that? Temporal mouse, thank you. I was just talking about Doctor Who, and we have a temporal mouse showing up. Rumor has it that an unusually youthful dwarf scholar is arriving next wave. He is looking forward to reading your books. Let me get a note file here. Shmi, what was Shmi supposed to be? Craftsdwarf. And then temporal mouse would be scholar. All right, notes made. Silver chest, not a bad artifact, much more appropriate than a bucket and menaces with spikes of wool, right? Oh, Alamosa is also slipping into a depression. Well, it's better than the tantrum. Now, Green Eyes created the silver chest. Does that mean, with Green Eyes, you are probably a legendary crafter now, yes? Where's Green Eyes? Right down here. Why are you highlighted in blue? Are you... Oh, you're actually a militia commander at that. Green Eyes is a level 18 blacksmith. So do we take Green Eyes out of the military? Let's take a look at Green Eyes and make a decision. If they should be removed from the military and made into a metal crafter or not. She's incredibly quick to heal, strong and tough, susceptible to disease. Wow. Great deal of respect for the law, greatly prizes loyalty, values family greatly. Friendship is one of the finer things in life. I don't know. Values martial prowess, values leisure time and commerce and knowledge. I think Green Eyes is going to stay in the military. I think Green Eyes is a great fit for the military. Apparently there's some miasma still kicking around, which is a bit disappointing. Okay. So now that that has been dealt with, let's go and send out a raid. We're gonna go... Tell you what, let's not use up any of your dwarves. Let's just burn down Chase Gold completely, because we've got plenty of other targets. So I don't want to start losing some of our military dwarves quite yet. Let's do a full burn down first. Population did drop over here. It used to say about 30, now it says about 20. And their tactician did get booped. So we're going to send the Tunnel Snakes, the Dreams of Socks, and the Young Mechanisms, who have hopefully equipped themselves at this point. We're going to send all those. So 30 dwarves are going to be sent out to raid this site. And specifically, we're going to raise it. Openly attack and destroy. We want to wipe out this goblin site completely. Okay. Oh, some miasma over here. Oh, because these things aren't stored anymore. So they're rotting. Yeah, that's slightly annoying. Or maybe something was just dropped, but I'm gonna make like a a food stockpile
It's whiskey and
up
chocolate.
here by the plant tenders. Mostly because they have more places to store the food that they're harvesting. Actually, I guess I will go and do something like that. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Is it possible to kill the last elf? Well, they live on another continent that we can't reach, unfortunately. Yeah, the civilization with one elf. Thing is, if that one elf died, I think a non-elf would take over running the civilization. I don't think the civilization would end. Thanks, no one! To the tune of Uptown Girl. Green-eyed dwarf, he's been smithing in a magma forge. You know he's gonna be a legendary smith. I don't know. I've lost the tune, sorry. No matter what kind of rock he's with, we're gonna smith. Thank you very much, no one! Always appreciate some tunes. Although, now I'm thinking of The Boys because, what's his name? Is it Huey? Big fan? Yeah, I did select the walls of the stairs a little bit. In fact, I intentionally did it over here, but what I should do is clear these to match. Some weird sounds. A mantis woman? Oh, on the surface over here. Well, they're not too aggro normally, I don't think. They mostly live in the trees and don't usually bother us. I don't know. I can build a causeway one fort at a time. Causeway? It's beautiful. You like my singing? Oh, it was lovely, wasn't it? Okay, we'll send the iron bows, the crundle crunchers, out to kill mantis woman. Oh, there's a crundle. There might be some of these might be caged though. We'll just go after the mantis woman because that was specifically the one causing some chaos temporarily. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye on our caged creatures as well at some point. Okay, that's been dug out. I think we're still waiting. Yeah, we're still waiting for the bridges to get built before we dig our magma dumping chute. At least we know Quill has a skill he can fall back on stream. It doesn't work out. Yeah, man, my mad singing skills. Oh, you should have heard me at karaoke. I'm mostly only sang one song at karaoke ever, but I really enjoyed it. So I like to sing Chantilly Lace by the Big Bopper. And the reason was twofold. One, it's short. It's only like 2 minutes long, maybe 2.5 minutes long. And two, it's kind of a funny, silly song. So you don't have to be good, but people can still find enjoyment. It's also not a very commonly sung song. Right? It's not like the fourth person of the night going up to sing some freaking Piano Man. Oh yeah, let's take a look at the new coins. Oh, the miasma. What the hell is rotting over here? I guess the best way for us to see it is probably to set up the new coins down here. So we're going to display a new item. We're going to go to coins. There you go. Our year 260 coins, so we're going to put those on the pedestal. This is the iron currency of our place for the year 260. On the front of the coin is a well-designed image of a cloth. It's pretty boring. On the coin's back is a superiorly designed image of Cyril Actionbolt, the dwarf and dwarves. Cyril Actionbolt is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Cyril Actionbolt to the position of king of the Letter of Notching in 235. I wonder if they're still our king, actually. Because that's our civilization, and that's 20 years ago. They could still be the king. So we're going to put those coins on display. The front of the coin is an image of cloth. That's pretty terrible. Check our squads. Yeah, 3 are out there. 2 squads are assigned to kill the mantis woman, but if the mantis woman's retreated to the trees, the squads might not actually be able to kill him. So we might just cancel it at that point. Speaking of songs I barely know that are funny, silly, just discovered the meaning behind the popular French song Alouette. Oh yeah, Alouette, gentille Alouette, Alouette, je te plumerai. Yeah, it's about like, what do you call that? When you have a bird and you're plucking, I guess you're plucking all the feathers, right? To like eat it. It's about plucking the, what's the English word for Alouette? It's a common bird wing, but I can't remember what maps to Alouette. Someone in the chat will know. Lark, there you go. Yeah, it's about plucking a lark. And all its body parts. Oh, I guess the mantis woman is killed because we no longer have that as a target. I don't see it in the combat list, but sure. Yeah, one bar to part at a time. Yeah. Mare. Okay, make corns, but we did set that up. And yeah, Monty Max is satisfied with his rooms. I mean, he should be. We've literally carved out rooms fit for a king. So our Baron should be fairly pleased with it, hopefully. I may go through and hide the rocks. I'm sort of a little leery about doing it. I don't know. You know what? No, let's do it. So we're going to go Zed. Then we're going to go Stone. No. We're going to go Stocks. Then we're going to go Stone over here. And we're just going to go and H all the stone, which... No, I can't. That's weird. I can't do it for the limestone. Actually, a few of these I can't set to hidden for some reason. That's weird. Why can't I hide the diorite? Maybe all the diorite is in a stockpile and maybe you can't hide things that are in a stockpile? 124 diorite chunks? Seems a little unlikely. But at least all the boulders that are in the throne room here are no longer visible. So that looks a lot nicer all of a sudden. So we got our little chairs in the back over here for the petitioners. The throne is set up. Oh, actually, some people are having some meetings. Because yeah, it's Monty Max over here. Wait. When you look at a dwarf who made an artifact, does it always say that? Monty Max, creator of Musishrithal, which is, of course, the wooden bow, which is why Monty Max was shameful enough to become our leader here. And Meningil over here, who's not in a great mood, is probably whining to Monty Max. Hopefully Monty Max has got some good social skills. You can't hide things in our stockpile. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't hide some of those stone, but in any case, we cleaned up the bits over here, which is the important part. And yeah, I'm helping over here is finishing with all the carvings. And yeah, what I love is we can look at any of these detailed for us. So we got a detailed marble floor over here. We can look at it. Engraved is a masterful, I'm helping rendition of the Grasp of Rags, an exceptionally designed image of a tapered baguette cut gem. Baguettes. Could go for bread. The image is the symbol of the Wire of Speakers, the local Dwarven government. So yeah, each one of these squares we can look at and see what was engraved on them. Well, the lesson I got is, well, two lessons. One, humans suck, and two, French is hard. This is true, Essentia. For as illogical as English is, it is a hell of a lot easier to work with than French. This is dumping chute. So, we are waiting for these bridges to get set up before we continue the dumping chute. We're waiting on masonry. We do have, oh, there we go. Sierra Duado is down here. We do have a lot of masonry jobs. We have a lot of masonry workshops that are all pretty busy. If we take a look at, oh, this floor over here. So yeah, our masons are pretty busy currently. What's this stockpile? Stone stockpile. We need more wheelbarrows, I think. Make like 5 of these for these extra stockpiles. Made a legendary bow and managed to become a baron. I have no idea how you do that without great people skills. Well, I suppose, but the thing is, the baron noble positions in Dwarf Fortress are shameful positions, basically. See that? Like French is saying in straightforward line. Well, no, yeah, definitely not. But English is so weird and consistent. And very much like, yeah. Part of it is because English is basically 3 languages, you know, in a trench coat. But yeah, with French, like French grammar, you learn the rule, and then you learn that there are more exceptions to the rule than words that follow it. Like, which honestly is kind of the case for a lot of languages anyway. English 2.0 when? Exactly, right? So we're going to Dwarf Fortress for another 45 minutes, and then we're going to try our hand at Book of Demons with the Twitch integration. Esperanto. Yeah, Esperanto was interesting. It was, you know, a manufactured, a designed language with the idea that it would be like neutral and easy for international speakers. Never really picked up anywhere. But I remember, like, I guess it was in my teens, you know, going through Usenets and like early internet days and learning about Esperanto and thinking, well, we're going to try to learn that. Never went anywhere. Yeah, I'm going to expand the kitchen here. So if we did that much, that's another room for another kitchen workshop, so we'll do that. Good. And then I'll just carve out this area over here. So we'll be able to fit 2 more kitchen workshops in here. And just try to keep the meals going, because I think the meals are being eaten as quick as they're produced right now. And it would be great to have more meals available so that we can have more happier dwarves. More happier. What happened to my bridges? The bridges are invisible? Were they made with invisible stone, so now the bridges are invisible? That's exactly what happened. What? Wow. Lava, shoot, inner. Lava, oops. Lava, shoot, outer. There we go, 2 bridges.
It's whiskey
And then we'll set up a couple levers here. Lava, shoot, inner. Oop, that's not spelled correctly. Shoot, inner. We got whiskey and chocolate. And lava, shoot. I did it again. Shoot, outer. So I'm going to add a task, link up a bridge. Boom, boom. Get annoyed that it doesn't bring our view back to where the lever was. Add a task, link up a bridge. Outer. Boom, boom. Excellent. Okay. So now that's going to get hooked up pretty soon, so we'll have the ability to seal this off. What we're going to do is we're going to work on the shoot again. What is the whiskey and chocolate situation? Star Trek PR Bale says, we vote Klingon as the universal language of Earth. Vaj Kasaj. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce Klingon properly. Growing up, in my actually preteen, I guess technically, I had a friend who had the English to Klingon dictionary, and it was awesome and it was super cool. All right, diggy diggy hole. Let's hope it works out. How's our squads? They're still out doing some raising. All right. I'm helping, still going and engraving the heck out of things over here. Nearly done engraving this area, which is nice. Prison cells haven't been started yet, but that's going to be okay. As soon as the prison cells are done, we'll open up the smoothing to more people, because we've got some more bulk smoothing to do. Okay, build, workshop, kitchen. Boom. Yeah, you can make it out of wood, that's fine. And another kitchen over here. Done. Okay. And then we'll smooth that later, but I don't want to distract them from their engraving jobs right now. There you go. I'm helping, I think, has finished. Yeah, finished smoothing out all of our royal chambers, which are currently baronial chambers. Is baronial a word? I don't know. But things might change if this becomes the capital. Oh, so if we hit this, we check civilization. Why was this page? Oh, wrong civilization. Isn't this where we find out how much we need to become the capital? I thought it was there. Someone probably remembers where you go and check that. I thought it was this screen. Is it holdings and tributes? No. I thought it was in civilizations. And where are the letters of notching? I thought on here it would tell us what we need to like gift / trade to become the capital. There's a... If you burn down every other dwarven settlement, you become capital by default. Yeah. What? Okay, this is the actual cavern level 3. Or 2. Okay. So this is our the chute we're digging downwards for our lava. Right? This is our lava chute over here. Also, more area there. Dug down. Now, it's not super scary because A, we have like walls and barriers and stuff set up. And B, it dug down. Actually, wow. As I say, oh, it dug down so no one can get up and down it. But that's not true because, as it turns out, it dug here. So right over here, we can access this cavern level. Which is full of all kinds of plants and stuff. Which is great. But that means either the water level or I guess the underground magma sea, maybe we never properly accessed? It's actually minus 13 here. That would be the better zoom. So let me actually reset this hotkey. F6, zoom to here. So our magma furnace area is here on negative 18. So negative 19 is the magma sea. Yeah, look over here, minus 15. And there's water. Shit, look how close we were! Look at our staircase just barely missing this cavern level. What the hell? Look here, too! If we were one tile to the right or to the left, we would have hit this thing. What the? Okay, unexpected. Having to make some new plans. And over here, too, look, this. We did this exploratory dig to see if we hit a cavern level. It's right over here. What the hell? What kind of stone is this down here? Oh, diorite. Okay. Okay, well, we need to deal with this ASAPly. Well, for now, what I could do is just pull the bridges up. And make an actual decision about where we want to be able to access this. I should probably... I'm going to stop this down digging. There you go. Because this magma chute won't work, clearly, because there's a floor. Well, that's not true. I could still channel through here, but we're going to stop. Okay. I would like us to be able to walk around down here and have access to it and invite forgotten beasts, basically, into stuff. I mean, I could leave this access here. It's not bad. Like, the access to this cavern level will be separate from our main staircase, but it's already defended by a couple of frickin' drawbridges. Maybe this is fine. But what I want to do is I want to seal this area up. Oh, it's even sealing nicely. Build construct wall. Yeah, okay. Build construct wall. What I'm going to do is turn on the global setting for blocks, so we get auto picking of stuff. And yeah, we can go all the way over here and we still have a ceiling. I'll just build a wall here as well. We'll just seal this in for now. Squad Crundle Crunchers. I'm going to get you to move down here and guard this area. And hopefully this construction won't take too long to set up. Okay. Whoa! I was gonna say giant block of text from Essentia. Oh, we're talking about language learning. Yes. Damn, that centering job streams ago coming back. Yeah, because I centered the staircase so it'd be centered on the map, and it blocked us. Why can't I? Okay, that was weirdly laggy. Okay, was it auto saving? No, plate spring. I don't know. Oh, Krieg slipped into a depression again. I'm so sorry, buddy. I mean, I'm trying. We can access this place, right? I mean, yeah, we can just walk down these stairs. From way over here. I mean, I guess it is a little bit out of the way. So, like, fair. Better watch out. I think I forgot my beast in that cavern. Thanks, Reg Cooper. Just don't know why the military squad hasn't shown up yet. I guess it is a bit of a walk. There they go. Okay. Well, and what I can do as well with these Crundle Crunchers is I can move them around in here just to, like, get some more vision in places. It'll uncover more parts of the map. What is this? There's a critter following us. Oh, that's a pet. Pet of one of the military dwarves. Oh, that's going to end badly. There you go. Let that just reveal more area. We'll get squad Crundle Crunchers. I'll get you to move over here. So remember the center of the map being 2x2 area. Well, that's true. It's not purely centered, I guess. Giant buzzard! Death to buzzards! I think this is going to be made into a barracks for the Crundle Crunchers. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do that immediately. I'll set up a weapon rack. Oh, turn off the... Set up a weapon rack in here. Yeah, we can use a good one. And we'll make this into a barracks for them. And then we'll just assign them here. But for now, I'll get you to move back and hang out there. Hopefully we won't forget about you. So you're not stationed here forever. And I guess really, you know what? Let me not make this wall here. What we'll do is we'll plan for a door in this area. And then a bridge here that raises so we can seal things in. Is it possible we don't have any stone blocks? I do have a job to make stone blocks. Maybe they're getting consumed very quickly. Rock blocks over here. 10 of 10. Oh, it's a repeating job, so we should be getting a consistent set of stone blocks made. So yeah, door here. Everything else is being walled, but door over here, which everything else should be accessible via ramps and things. And if not, I can always do some extra building to make sure that it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to this floor here, and I'm going to temporarily... I can suspend a job. I can't, like, forbid a workshop, can I? Because it'd be nice to just temporarily turn off a workshop. I mean, I guess I can go in the profile and just assign each one to one dude, but it's not terribly useful. Actually, there were suspended block jobs on there. Oh, on repeat because of workflow. That might have been fucking up some of our queues here. I didn't realize we had repeating blocks jobs on there, which are being protected by workflow, which I'm not using anymore. See, the fact that this is blinking means someone's coming to work on this, but not the others. If I check my stocks, do we actually have blocks? Yeah, we do. Okay. So probably we're just waiting for a bunch of masons. Don't forget to change smoothing back to all and let them engrave in the prison. Well, I mean, I still want the expert to do it. There we go. This is done. Oh, I can smooth this corner, which I couldn't reach before because there was a statue. Or engraved there. Okay, so now that that's done, and I don't care about that last corner quality necessarily, we'll just do some regular smoothing over here. And we might do some engraving in the bedrooms too. Okay, all these beds are probably in place now, so let me go ahead and make sure these are assigned. We're gonna record a macro. Hit R, enter, move over, R, enter, move over, R, enter, move over, stop recording macro, and play. We'll make these all into bedrooms now. It's possible. It looks like some of the beds... No, I think all the beds are there now. I'm seeing messages about things being missing, but it's probably just the coffers and stuff. So the goal is to make it so that all the dwarves have their own bedroom that hopefully they'll be happy about. And yeah, I might do some low-skilled in... Oh, there's missing a door there. Okay. I might do some low-skilled engraving. Because the quality won't be quite as important. But it'll still help the value of the bedrooms and make the dwarves happier. I don't know if resizing the rooms, if it deallocates them or not. I'm betting no. Not the end of the world if it does, but it would be ideal if it didn't deallocate them. I think I should get some more stone knockers. We need a lot more masons. Okay, that's done. Let's see here. If we sort by profession, maybe do a refresh just in case we need to. So stone knockers, we have 18, but I think we really could use more. Take a look at the peasants. Any of them have masonry skills? Yeah, we got a few. Vincent, Jesse, even Hasten has got some dabbling skill. You three are going to become stone knockers. With all the laborers enabled for it. And yeah, for stone detailing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unassign it from everyone. And mostly, I'm just going to turn it on for all the stone knockers. Or you know what? Screw it. Turn stone detailing on for everyone. And yeah, we'll just do some bulk engraving in the bedrooms. Even if it's not fancy, it's going to be okay. I don't care. Boom. Okay. Rock mechanisms built. That's good. Giant buzzer. Brrr! Stupid giant buzzer. Iron bows. Kill. List. Oh, there's a bunch of them. I don't know. I'll flag them all. Kill as many as you can. Please and thank you. Hear that masons make good jars. Boo! Looking forward to our military squad coming back. Hopefully they will do that. Might be taking them a long time to pillage everything. Masterworks. Oh, combat. Good. How are we doing? Okay. Walls are starting to come up over here in the military, or in the new cavern level. That's good. Oh, bridge is getting built as well. Looks like the giant buzzard fight is happening again. Good. Let's try to kill off as many of those as possible. This bridge is nearly done. Channeling trade post. Yeah. Yeah, let's just do it. Right, the trade post was torn out. I forgot already. So let's do it. Let's designate channel. I don't think the order is going to matter for this. So what I want to do is I want to channel out It's going to be really annoying to shape. Well, not necessarily. Everywhere we see sort of floor here is going to get channeled down, so we get a 2-story entrance hall. I think sometimes it hits my enters, or eats my enters. Still thinking these pillars could be firing positions or something later on. Oops. I guess these levers are going to have to get removed. And then from here, I'm just going to go and do something like that. So the idea is you're going to walk into the Great Hall. Here, you're going to be on a little bit of an elevated bridge, and then you'll ramp down into the main room itself. Oh, do we want to engrave? Oh, shit. You're right. If we want to do actual engraving... Well, we don't really need to engrave. It's not going to be a room where quality matters. I think it'll be fine to not engrave these pillars. What I'm wondering is if I leave some of this up and actually build fortifications, you know, sort of a railing kind of vibe. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because there's no walls here. Whether I channel it or leave it flat, either way I can build walls on these tiles, so it doesn't actually matter. Alright, I think I'm okay with it. Do we commit? I guess we're about to get a seasonal save anyway. Do we commit to this? I think so. It's time. It's more than time. Engrave the pillars? Okay. We'll engrave the pillars. Not the walls, but the pillars. I like it. Engraving would be impressive, just to impress all the guests. Yeah. Okay, let's let the save go through. Doesn't have to be good, the engravings. Yeah, so I guess we'll leave the engraving set up the way it is. We leave the trade post undug? Right, we could leave the trade post here, but I was thinking, you know, they'd come down and still set up on the ground floor. Probably move the trade post to somewhere like here on the ground floor or something like that. So what I'm gonna do is make sure I'm in the right window. There you go. Is I'm just gonna cancel the channeling around the pillars because we found out we can't smooth from the top of a ramp. I think because technically the ramps exist on the floor down below. So we'll leave a little floor space around here so that we can engrave the pillars. I forget you can choose the detail for the engraving and actually choose the subject of it. Okay, done. Done. Planned this from the start. 9 weeks ago, this was planned, and only now are we getting around to it. But, you know, we're busy. Oh, we don't have enough steel bars for production. We do have constant steel smelting, in theory. If I come down here, yeah, limonite, steel bars. Yeah. I mean, we might just need some more metal crafters. I don't know. Walls too. No, we're not gonna engrave the walls itself. Oh, and there's the autosave for the summer.
Whiskey and chocolate.
Whiskey and chocolate. That's from Plain Coast Hills. Thank you. Okay, we got a joke apparently. A buzzard gets on a plane with a rotting rabbit carcass. The flight attendant says, "You can't bring that dead animal on the plane." And the buzzard replies, "It's okay, that's just my carry-on." Carry-on? Carry-on? Yeah, we're getting the booze in chat. Excellent. Perfect. Man, these buzzards. I'm happy we haven't had any frame rate problems with the buzzards in a long time. They haven't made their way into like our butcher shop. I don't remember. We might have moved our refuse pile or something. I don't remember if I still have a refuse pile in the butcher shop, but that might have been the reason why we're not having it. No, it's still there. Maybe we just gotten lucky then. I don't know. Do we need more storage? I mean, probably. The fact that there's still a bunch of crap sitting around here is probably a sign that we do need more. Oh, this is all food stuff. Oh, right, which I am right over here. This is intended to be a food stockpile. And I'll allow anything to be stored here. If I do that, will it basically do the right thing? Yeah, except I don't think I want it on the stairs. So I'm gonna get that silly looking. So we're gonna leave a little area over there. So yeah, we're gonna make a new food stockpile in this area. There might be furniture. These bins. They're bar block bins. Oh, there are bar block bins. I'm actually surprised. Stone, bar block stockpile. Although it's maybe a limited bar block stockpile. Yeah, only metal. What are these bar block bins holding? Actual blocks. Well, you know what? I think what I'll do, the floor above our stone knockers, I'm going to dig out another quarry effectively, and just make this a giant bar block storage for overflow. Why are we channeling down this area? Because I want to make a 2-story Great Hall. Always been our intention to have this be a 2-story Great Hall. So we're channeling down to this floor over here, which is going to be where the Great Hall actually is. Doesn't do anything. Oh, we're back! We're back, baby! Our dwarves are back! Let me cancel the iron bows, kill buzzards when I reach. Looks like we didn't lose anyone, which is nice. Crundle crutchers, here, we'll take a look. Okay. In the early summer of 260, the Wire Speakers looted treasure from Chase Gold. The forces rampage. Oh, and then we rampaged through Chase Gold. That's it? No combat report? There's supposed to still be like 20 goblins living there. We literally did no fighting. We were gone for a while, and all we did is loot and burn the place down. We got nothing particularly nice. Some serrated iron discs, I guess, is fine. But if we look at the map over here, there you go. The hamlet of Chase Gold, no civilized population. It does not exist. We could explore the site. you know what? I'm going to change this limit. I'm going to say keep like 300 fancy meals around. Which is a lot, but basically means they're going to be working on it forever. Wasn't one of the goblin sons that looked at your fortress? One of the goblins... Yes, one of them looks to our fortress. So this over here, the goblin hamlet of Searchland, is economically linked to you. We're not at war. They're part of the Fly of Drumming civilization, which I don't see in the list. But I guess that means... I don't know why. I actually don't know what that means. Just don't have proper contact with the civilization? I don't know. Giant buzzards, man. Why are they so annoying? Military squad still coming into the map. Yeah, we'll give them a chance to properly unload. This is being dug out. Oh, it's going to be so nice, you guys. One thing we can do is we can smooth the bridge, because it's going to be sticking around.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Don't know about their main hub. Oh, maybe that's why I don't know the civilization. Okay, I don't know where the capital is. Hey, Senti! Thank you. Did you know that if you have a fear of elevators, there are steps you can take to get over them? Terrible. Can goblins join your fortress? Yes, they can. You can get goblin practitioners that show up to join. We also had undead goblin around for a while. Yeah, we actually have a goblin beast hunter hanging out right now. Should we set up a proper inn? Well, I think that's going to be the idea. This floor here, which is where our Great Hall is going to be, is going to be our semi-public floor. We don't consider this to be our internal fortress, which is why we have like public temples and guild halls and stuff over here. I think we might set up some guild rooms over here. Or inn rooms. Because that should bring more guests into our fortress, although how much that matters, I don't know. Now, any tiles that had stuff on them when I dug down, I don't know how much that might screw things up. Man, all of our dwarves are so busy all the time. A bunch of them are in our Build-A-Bolt workshop, which is nice. Well, theoretically. I saw some people forging some bolts, so theoretically they're going to show up here. I don't know. So this over here was going to be... Oh, yeah. A generic bars block storage that can take everything. Yeah. So we have two undead. We have an undead human bard and an undead human dancer. Oh, we have a ghost! Epitaph! Oh, no! Let's engrave a slab to Epitaph. Oh, damn. Totally missed that. So spooky. Must not have gotten a body at any point. How fitting, you're right. For Epitaph? What are we going to write on a slab? Something about, you know, the end of his life or something like that. Ooh. A siege! So Vile Forks of Darkness, I think, is always a goblin siege. I think if you're getting sieged by elves or humans, it's got a different text. Okay, well, I'm happy all of our soldiers are home. So, we got a few goblin invaders. Okay, right here at the north of the map. Well, let's go into our military screen. Alerts. We'll tell everyone to go to the inner fortress. So any dwarves stuck on the surface, we want them to be going inside as quickly as possible. The iron bows, we're going to make sure you are active on full outer wall defense, so patrol the outer walls. There's a dwarf that's outside right now. Where is it? Right here. That's Axelate Prime. Moving in. Oh, there's more dwarves. Some of our military dwarves, I think we're still coming on the map. They might have still been, like, loading stuff. I don't know. Oh, more dwarves over here. Come on, get in here before you get caught out. Oh, is this... Let's scroll. Oh, the sound, I think, was just people changing their careers. Okay, that's fine. Another dwarf over here. Wait, where are you going? Look at this guy. You're going to pick up equipment. Okay. Why? First of all, why is there equipment out here? Did the dwarves that came back from the raid, did they just drop a bunch of shit at the edge of the map? Because military dwarves can sort of ignore burrows, but... you go. Maybe you want this. So that was Captain Cujo. Captain Cujo, because they were on, I guess they weren't set to inactive. They were prioritizing picking up equipment, including outside of the burrow. Captain Cujo may be the last dwarf on the surface, though. I think we can flip the switch, which is over here. Outer gate. Pull the lever. And iron bows. Let's make sure you're on outer wall defense again. I don't see any other dwarves outside of our walls currently. Oh, wow, the wall went up already. That was quick. And the invaders are still hanging out, but well, there's starting to be more of them. Yeah, they're still assembling over here on the edge of the map. Okay, I think we're going to be fine. We're all sealed in. We've got our iron bows that should be patrolling the outer wall over here. No, they're not here currently. They're probably just getting some gear somewhere or something. Oh, I can, now that the gates are shut, we can drop the alert. I think some of them might still be trying to get equipment somewhere else. I don't know. How many trolls? Well, they're still, there you go. Now it's starting to fill up. We got a full page in a bit. I think last time we figured out that there's 60 entries on a page here for us, or somewhere around there, 50 or 60. A couple of trolls at the top. Okay. A lot of invaders. I think there were more last time, but I think they're still coming. Well, I guess we could look at the others. There's 112 others, and fewer than 10 of them are not bad guys. We have a caged rat and a caged crundle. What's a beak dog? It's a dog with a beak. We don't have siege weapons. Luckily, the siege people don't actually bring siege weapons. That'd be the next thing. That's always the stage of when it gets to RimWorld where I start to hate it. When they like set up sieges. I think the beak dogs might be like lizardy and scaly. I don't know if you can get info. That's more trolls now. These are also named beak dogs, which is interesting. If I check you, there you go. Beak dog. A creature from the evil swamp. It resembles a squat, wingless bird with a powerful beak and legs. Its blotchy skin is brightly colored. Its skin is striped red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Its eyes are black. So it's a rainbow bird. It's probably like a bipedal rainbow bird. Something? I don't know. Beak dogs are freakish species of gorilla-sized bird-like pack animals. Pack hunters found in evil swamplands. Okay, there you go. It's a rainbow kiwi? Yeah, maybe. Or like a dodo? Attack dodos! I struck some. Well, we probably didn't strike anything. Okay, our giant coffer job is done, which is good, because those are being installed into the bedrooms. And I think there's still, yeah, there's still going to be more that are getting done, but I'm not going to set up the bulk job for it anymore. The engraving here, just for funsies, is going well enough. And the engraving of our pillars is nearly done. Okay, we're getting combat, because probably we're shooting. Dragon Tank Man is firing at the bolts. I've improved my crossbow. That was not satisfying. But yeah, there we go. The goblins are over here. These are all goblins. But they're being fired at by our patrol dwarves on the top from time to time. So if we look at the others, 143 others, of which, let's say 10 are not invaders. Actually, I think it's less than 10. I want to build a slab. Do we have the engraved one yet? No, not yet. Okay. So yeah, that is a big siege. Have you seen the ASCII item art in CDDA? It'd be cool if you could do some of that in Dwarf Fortress. Oh, I know what you're talking about. And yeah, it is really cool. There's another game that has great ASCII art for its items. Can't remember what. Is it like Sanctuary RPG or something like that? Yeah, Sanctuary RPG, which is on Steam. It's a type of roguelike. It's very different because you don't navigate the same way, but it's got some cool ASCII art in it. And then there's Cogmine, which has the greatest ASCII UI of anything ever. I mean, the guy writes like huge blog pages and constantly Twitter posts about like ASCII art tools and UI things, and I don't know, it's awesome. So yeah, at this point, we're just, you know, peppering these goblins with bolts. Pew, pew, pew. Getting some free kills. Feeling very safe in our little defenses here. In theory, no real combat happening. They're killing my frame rate a little, which I don't approve of, but it's not too shabby. No one's come to mine this out yet. And yeah, we're waiting for that slab to get engraved. So that we don't get haunted by a ghost anymore. Hopefully before someone dies. Because ghosts can scare people to death. I do want to give Cogmine another go. I actually loaded up a week or two ago to try to learn again. Because I played it a long time ago and did okay, but I've basically forgotten everything, and I was hardly a master at that point. You can see the little bolts firing at these goblins from time to time. But yeah, the revenge siege here is real. I mean, we raise a site with 10 or 20 dwarves, get the job done. They show up with like hundreds and... hang on. We're being bolted inside here. There is a goblin that made it inside of our base somehow. This is a goblin crossbowman. I don't know how they made it in. I think our trees are trimmed back. But they might have managed somewhere where they could hop through. Anyway, let's get our melee dwarves. Whoever gets here first, do it. And I mean, our iron bows are still patrolling the walls and still shooting at this guy down here. I think he's shooting up at our bows because we don't have an inner wall. That could be bad. So, oh, Dragman Tank is there. So this goblin is called Ungo. So if we look at Ungo in here... So anything red is us being hit. Oh, flying silver boat strikes a dwarven child in the leg. No! And again, this goblin is just attacking a dwarven child over and over. What? Goblin invented a random teleport. Yeah, no, they just used ID no clip and just walked through the wall. Yeah, he's tired, winded, and very injured. I mean, his kidneys are all destroyed and everything. So this goblin's definitely dead, but it is annoying that they made it in. There, my melee dwarves have just arrived and are hacking him to death. There we go. Peasant cancels store item stockpile. Oblivious? Oh, Minnesota Bruin is stumbling around obliviously. Yeah, well, he's low mood. Getting a few other low mood. We've got some absolutely ecstatic dwarf and some absolutely cranky dwarves. I think most of the military dwarves are the crankiest ones. Picking on someone with the same mental capacity. Luckily, dwarf children are made out of rocks. That is true. Ooh, warm beverage. It does sound good. Well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and put a cut in here for the Dwarf Fortress. It is 3. We've done our 3 hours of Dwarf Fortress. It was excellent. It was wonderful. And next week, we're going to pick up in the middle of a siege, which sounds super exciting. We're going to take a short break. We're going to switch over to Book of Demons, which is got Twitch integration and stuff. And we've never done that before. I'm very curious to see how it works. It's a cool sort of roguelike-y, court card gamey kind of thing. That's a couple of years old, maybe 3 or 4 years old. I don't remember. Did it come out in 2016? I think it came out in 2019, but I'm not sure. So we're going to switch to that, try it out for an hour. If you were just here for the Dwarf Fortress, hey, that's fine. Appreciate it anyway. Thank you very much. We are going to be back on Monday with Football Manager. Wednesday should be more Crusader Kings 3. And next Saturday is not going to be Dwarf Fortress. Well, no, it is. It's going to be 2 hours of something that is going to be sponsored and awesome. And then 2 hours of Dwarf Fortress for next Saturday. But yeah, take a short break. Everyone stretch your legs, hydrate, and we're going to be back with Book of Demons with Twitch integration. Whatever that might be.